Welcome to Brandon Lynx TV as we are set for a matchup this evening, and we'll paint the picture this evening. Let me welcome, though, as my partner here is Bob Arnold, our color commentator. Bob. And,
welcome, everyone.
Yeah, and my name's Ken McEwen. I'll be bringing you our play-by-play this evening. And I don't want to give you what's in store right away, but I'm going to. Tonight, Friday evening, and I believe it's November 8th, the Lynx have an opportunity in 2024 to punch their ticket into the 11 AAA state championship game this evening. That's what's on the line, period. End of story. Go ahead, Bob.
You know, I think it's going to be a great game. Both of these tonight, both of the sets of semifinals tonight played 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, Brandon Valley visited Howard Wood Field and played these same Jefferson Cavaliers. Were able to come out with a 28-3 win. I think the score was a little bit closer than that. There was some takeaways that the Lynx got that were very timely, and fully expect to have some of those tonight. Over at Howard Wood Field, you have Sioux Falls Lincoln playing Harrisburg to punch the other ticket to the state championship game, which will be down in the Dome next a week from tomorrow. So both of these teams are very familiar with each other. They play a fairly similar style when it comes to football. They got good defenses. Jefferson is only allowing 23 points a game. The Lynx just under 5. Both offenses do well. The Lynx average about 38 points a game, and the Jefferson Cavaliers 20. Now, Jefferson likes to throw the ball around a little bit. The Lynx are more of a ground-oriented team. They like to wear on teams for 4 quarters, run the ball between the tackles, pass when they have to. Ken usually at this point in time says, Bob, what's the keys to the game? And every game this season, I've gave him the same set of keys, so I don't think we need to spend too much time on those. For the Lynx, run the ball, and use the pass when need be, but also when they think like they're going to suck in the defense to stop that run, you throw a pass over the top. Jefferson throws the ball around a little bit. They've got a good running game. So I think it's going to be a great game tonight, Ken. The weather, I don't think, could be any better. When I came out here, it was 60 degrees for second week of November. I'm looking at the flag across the way, and it is hanging straight down. The weather's not going to be a factor tonight. The field looks great. Both teams are relatively healthy, as they say, so we should have a good game tonight between two very good teams. All 4 of the semifinal teams have been in the top 4 every single week this year. Not necessarily in the same order as they are this time, but they've kind of went up and down. Harrisburg had the number 1 seed for the first 7 weeks, and then they started playing some of the Jeffersons and the Lincolns and the Brandons, and now they're sitting in as a 3rd seed. So Jefferson has not been as high as any higher than number 4. So going to be a great game tonight. They're doing the starting lineups out on the field. First for the Jefferson Cavaliers, but we're going to have a great game tonight, Ken.
Absolutely, and so let's kick it off as both of these teams trying to actually punch their ticket into the state championship in 11 AAA, and then over at Howard Wood Field, Washington versus, not Washington versus, it's Lincoln versus Harrisburg. The number 2 and 3 seed, like Bob said. Welcome to Lynx TV on channel 226 on the Lions Communication channel on your cable television, and Lynx TV around the world on YouTube. Welcome. I was out voting on Monday, and I had somebody come to me and said, you know, you guys do a really good job of painting the picture and what you're doing, and thank you, because we have family down in Arizona that watch the game. So welcome wherever you are. Welcome from Arizona. Welcome from wherever you are. We hope to have a really good ball game here, and we hope that the Lynx punch their ticket into the 11 AAA state championship game versus it doesn't matter who they verse. Just you got to take care of this game. Keys to the game Bob talked about, and he talks about the offense, right? Well, I heard my voice on the big screen speakers while the teams were coming out and stuff, and it was a call that we made. Bob, was the team, I don't know what the team was, but they were on the 1 yard line, okay, and our defense was trying to stop them from going into the end zone. Well, on that loudspeaker in front of everybody this evening, Lynx stop them at the 1 yard line. Lynx ball. It's defense. My key to the game is defense. My key to the whole season's been defense. This is the number one defense in the state of South Dakota, maybe in the nation, one of the top in the nation. When you're only giving up, we talked about like 4.9 points per game last game, going into last game, and the team last week, Washington, they scored 6, right? So they may be at about 5 now, maybe, because you got about a point one more, right?
They are still at 4.9, Ken.
There you go. So they're still at 4.9, and that's a big deal, right? And so defense wins championships. We know that in any type of sport. I don't care if you're playing basketball, football, baseball, whatever it is, hockey, whatever it is. Defense really is the catalyst to push you into a championship game and really win that championship game, and the Lynx have the absolute best. So that's where painting in the picture. Jefferson Cavaliers come into this ball game, and they, with a home win last week, 31-21 over O'Gorman, to punch their ticket into the semifinals against your Lynx, and we get home field advantage because we are the number 1 seed. Your Lynx are, and that's why this crowd, it is a packed house this evening, and we hope it is packed on Lynx TV on either YouTube or Channel 226 on Alliance Communications. Bob, why don't you kick us into our Lynx TV sponsors, please?
All right, our All-American sponsors are Alliance Communications, Aspen Ridge, Coca-Cola Bottling Chesterman Company, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. Our MVP sponsors are First Dakota National Bank, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, Sanford Health and Brandon, and Sanford Health and Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And our champion sponsors are Alliance Communications, American Family Insurance Josh Koob Agency, the Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, the Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quick Star, Sioux Falls Specialty Hospital, Sunshine Food Stores, and Today's Family Dentistry.
Thank you all, sponsors. We'll touch on the sponsors a little bit later, but right now is your national anthem. Thank you. As the national anthem was played by the trumpet line from the Brandon Lynx marching band, thank you for that. We just had some fireworks to the right. Surprised everybody. We're not surprised. We see that every week that we're able to call the game. And welcome if you're just tuning in. Lynx TV on channel 226 on Alliance Communications on your television, or around the world on Lynx TV, YouTube. Welcome to our telecast. Bob just went over the Lynx TV sponsors, and thank you to those sponsors because they are the reason that we're able to do this on this evening, which the Lynx are trying to punch their ticket into the 11 AAA state championship game. And how you support those sponsors is by going to that business and supporting them, and you know how to do that. So thank you, sponsors. And we'll go with the starting lineups this evening on offense. And right now, let's talk about, first of all, the captains that are going out to the field for the Lynx. On the bottom of your screen, or the middle of your screen right now, Gus Scott's number 3. Landon Delaney is number 5. Gunnar Swift, number 10. Drake Jellema, number 29. Madden Timmer, number 44. And Lucas Feldkamp, number 75. Offensively for your Lynx is going to go like this. At wide receiver is going to be number 11. That's going to be Melcher. Number 5 is going to be Delaney. And you'll see also number 20, Mueller, come into the game also. At tight end is going to be number 4. That's going to be Welch. Number 8 is going to be Dowd. And in the backfield is going to be your fullback, Mr. Timmer. And I say Mr. Timmer because everything runs behind him. As the running backs this evening, you'll see a pair of running backs this evening. First of all, you'll see number 31. That's going to be Vestrana. Number 3 is going to be Scott. And your quarterback this evening is going to be number 13. That's going to be Knutson. And we are going to flip it over to the defense for your Lynx, and we'll see what's on the field right away. As I don't know who won the toss. Do we know who won the toss, Bob?
I believe that the Lynx won the toss and they have deferred.
Offensive line for your Lynx is going to be left tackle. That's going to be number 75, Feldkamp. Your left guard is going to be number 65, Shunky. Center is going to be number 62, Mitzel. He's going to be your kicker, your extra point kicker also, and field goal kicker this evening, along with the right guard. That's going to be number 64, Parliament. And your right tackle is going to be Bangasser. And he is number 58. Lynx are on the field. We'll talk about the defense here in a minute, and we'll go over the defensive starting lineup. But that's going to be Gus Scott on to kick for the Lynx. The kick returners for Jefferson are going to be Hudlinson and Tees back deep. That kick by Scott is going to be down right at about the 6-yard line. Beautiful kick. The Lynx defense is going to start there, and the offense for Jefferson is going to be led by number 6. That's going to be Swenson.
Okay, I got to point out something before you get too deep. On that kickoff, Ken, you said it went out of bounds on the 6.
Yeah.
That kick returner did the smartest thing I've seen a high school kid make. He went out of bounds. While he was standing out of bounds, he reached inbounds to grab that ball, which allowed them to get the ball up at the 35-yard line. Because that's, in a sense, kicked the ball out of bounds. He just gained them 30 yards by doing that play that he saw on NFL TV by doing that. But anyway, back to you, Ken.
That is a great call and great observation. As the Jefferson Cavaliers are going to start on offense with Swenson in the backfield right at the 35-yard line, moving right to left. And that's Swenson. He's going to move number 40 Tees. They're going to give it to the halfback. That's going to be number 2 Simpson. And he's going to gain about 3 yards. And we're going to talk about the Brandon Valley defense. And we're going to go with their 3 safeties right away. No, we're not, because the Cavaliers are actually going to go hurry-up offenses. 3 receivers, 2 Swenson's right, and Simpson's directly behind him in the backfield.
And that is Simonson, Ken.
Simonson.
So that we don't get a call from Mama Simonson.
All right.
While we're doing the broadcast here.
All right, thank you. So Simonson along with Swenson in the backfield. Simonson is number 2. The motion comes from Detler. The screen pass is incomplete. Lynx defense
knocked it down.
Protective.
Yep, knocked
really
it down
on
right
the
at the
front
line of
line
scrimmage.
there. It is going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 from the 37-yard line. And now we can talk about the Lynx defense real quick here, as the safeties on the field are going to be Leary, that's number 21. 25 is going to be Johnson, number 29, Jelima, along with number 1, outside linebacker Williams. Number 10 is going to be your middle linebacker Swift. He's number 10, and outside linebacker is going to be number 27, Gray. Swenson, motion from right to left. Simonson in the backfield, box snap, and it is incomplete as Parliament is right there from his defensive tackle position. And we'll go with the defensive line there. Parliament all over the quarterback right there, Swenson, and you're going to have your defensive end. That's going to be 57, Zocker, and number 56, your other defensive end. That's going to be Coughlin. Back deep for the Lynx is going to be Delaney along with Pudwell on to kick.
Camden Womoth is their new punter here, which is different from what our sheets what they gave us, but it looks like a fair catch, and the Lynx was going to take over 1st and 10 at about the 33-yard line, right on it.
Fair catch by Delaney. Bob's exactly right. They're going to start their first possession. The Lynx are going to start their first possession at about the 33. They're going to be moving left to right. They are in the black and white, and Jefferson with the gold helmets and all white on your screen. Knutson, he's going to have Veshkerna along with Delaney and Welch, and they're going to give it to Delaney on that end around. It's going to work. He picks up a big block, and he's going to gain more across the 50, picks up the 1st down, moving the chains on play 1 of the first series. 1st down, Lynx.
Looks like the ball is going to be marked at the 49-yard line of the Cavaliers. What a good call to loosen up the defense a little bit, and I think you're going to see that motion all night long. Sometimes they're going to pass or shuffle the ball to him. Other times they're going to use that as a diversion to get the defense going one direction, and they come back the other way.
Knutson, he's in the pistol. He also has Timmer along with him with Veshkerna. That's going to be Melcher in motion from left to right. Quick pass. Delaney, 2nd consecutive. We'll talk about Delaney a little bit here as he's committed to this South Dakota State to play football for the Jackrabbits next year. That's going to pick up a 1st down there off that catch, the throw by Knutson. But Delaney with the end around picks up a 1st down. They go right back to him and pick up the 1st down on the pass. That's going to be Knutson right now in the backfield. Timmer's going to be to his left in the pistol. They're going to have, it looks like Delaney. No, they're going to go up top to Melcher, as we've seen so far. If you want to call the Delaney, it was a run, but it was actually a little bit of a pitch, right? So I think so. It's a forward pitch, so I think it's a completed pass.
It's a completed
so
pass,
we haven't seen any runs so far in this ball game. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to get the defense to loosen up a little bit, which is going to help. One of the things that I've used in previous games, keys to the game, is use the pass to open up the run. That's what they're doing tonight, it appears.
Pistol formation, and you have 2 tight ends to Knutson's right. He has Timmer along with him. They're going to give it to Veshkerna there. Timmer actually tripped a little bit, but Veshkerna is going to pick up about 3 yards. That's going to bring up a 3rd down now, and 7 from about the 39. Big 3rd down here, but the aggressiveness from this coaching staff, Bob, they tend to like to go for it on 4th down, especially when they're on their side of the 50.
Yep, that's exactly right. That was Austin Miller on the tackle there, but I would think that we're in two down territory here.
Delaney to the right, and we got a stoppage of play as one of the
equipment
Cavaliers
adjustment
players.
Yeah, he had something up with his shoulder pad and didn't want anybody to get hurt. Safety is very important.
Play clock is going to reset. You have Delaney and Melcher right to left, the wide receivers for Knutson. He has 2 running backs right to his left. They're going to give it to the first running back. That's going to be Veshkerna. Breaks a tackle. He's going to go all the way up to the 30, and he's going to be brought down maybe at the 31. I believe this is going to be 4-down territory. They're going to mark it right at the 30. It's going to bring up a 4th down in about 3.
Anthony Petrone on the tackle. He was working hard to get those extra yards, so be interesting to see what the coaching staff decides to do early in the game. But it looks like they're trying to readjust where the placement is going to be of the ball. And we got a penalty of some sort.
So it's going to be a face mask on the Cavaliers. The Lynx don't have to go for it on 4th down. That's a free 1st down, and that's going to bring the ball up all the way to the 20 as the Lynx actually climb into, on their first series, right into the red zone, and that's where the Lynx are going to start. 1st down and 10 with 10 minutes to go, first quarter, on this 11 AAA semifinal from Brandon, South Dakota.
Frankly, Ken, I didn't even see the flag on the field, so it must have been down at this end, covered up by the players down here.
As Knutson, he has Timmer in the pistol along with him. Direct snap to Veshkina. He's going to get the lead block from Timmer. He goes on a bounce at about they're going to mark it right at the 12, maybe 11-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 4. 2nd down and 6 from about the 11-yard line.
Yeah, Bo Kerner knocked him out of bounds there, but it was a nice gain. You got 4 or 5 yards there, using some of the clock, and back to Lynx football.
Knutson, he's got Veshkina with him. 2 tight end package. They give it to Delaney on that end around. He's going to find the end zone. There's a touchdown for the Lynx as he goes right inside the pylon. Lynx score first in this semifinal.
You know, that was just using your speed of your best player to get a touchdown.
As Delaney, on the 2nd time in that first series for the Lynx offense, he gets it, and you can't even really call it an end around. It's really just a quick pitch, and Delaney's tight to the formation, right? And he just comes around right in front of Knutson. Pitched, good, touchdown. 6-0 as Mitchell's on for the extra point, and it is good. 7-0, 9:37 to go in this first quarter. Lynx score on their first possession. Delaney finds the end zone, the corner of the end zone inside the pylon.
You know, those types of plays are built to get the defense to spread out so that they got to defend it, and that's just going to make it easier later in the game to get that run game going. But you have to like what you saw so far, Ken, in this first series. They're coming out. They're playing with a lot of confidence. They got a defensive stop right out of the gate. So you got to like the direction the game's going thus far, but there is a lot of game left.
So a lot of misdirection, right, is happening with the offense. We're looking at some motioning from the offense, and I'm talking about the Lynx offense here. But you're really seeing – so you're going to see some play action now. My guess is Coach Zur and the offensive staff are going to – they're going to fake that coming up here. Well, everybody's going to bite one way. You can leak Welch or Dowd, the tight end, off to the right, or even your fullback. Well, they're going to be wide open. Everybody's going to be flowing. I'm just thinking coach talk here, right? What I would do next. So
you know that's kind of a Timmer pass out this direction in the flat, that where he's been knocking people's socks off all game, and we shall see how it goes. But come on, special teams, let's get a stop here.
Scott with the kick, and that's going to be number 10 for the.
They're marking the ball down by the far judge. Even though the ball came out, they marked him down.
So the ball is on the ground, but it's going to stay with the Cavaliers as number 10 for the Cavaliers. And that was Detler with the return. And
Veskrina was at the bottom of that stack fighting for that football.
As the Cavaliers, they're going to start with their second possession right at about the 39-yard line. Lynx defense, remember, averaging 4.9 points given up per game. That is phenomenal. And they're back on the field in the black top, black helmet, white pants. Swenson motions his tight end, tight to the package. There it is. That's going to be Simonson, and he breaks a tackle as he was actually carrying 2 defenders, and that's going to be the first down for the Cavaliers, as they're going to be 1st down and 10 right at the 50.
Yeah, he's definitely squirted through a very small opening there and got some good yardage.
So the formation, they're really, inside their formation, they're tightening everything up. You looked for them to try to start going outside the hashes. We'll see what they do. Swenson, he's got 2 running backs with him. One of them, Simonson, that just picked up the 1st down. He's going to motion his tight end, Whitting, back to the formation. Play action, no, it's going to be to Simonson again. Simonson's going to gain about 3, I will call it, I have a pretty good vantage point here, Bob, about 3 yards.
I would think
What do
you
you
got
think?
that one right, Ken.
Yeah, 2nd and 7. Wow. I don't typically get those right.
And the tight end that's going into the backfield, they're using him for to kind of defer some of the pressure that's coming up, and that's Ed Whiting, the tight end that they're putting into the backfield.
Ed Whiting, the tight end for the Cavaliers, also with Detler and Tees and Cisco on the field. Swenson, he's going to go to his wide receiver, breaks a tackle. That's going to be number 10, Detler, and he's going to pick up a 1st down, as that was a good pass to the wide receiver, number 10. Picks up a 1st down, the 2nd 1st down for the Cavaliers on their 2nd series.
Yep.
As the clock is sitting at 7:50 to go in this 1st quarter, and the Cavaliers are driving.
Yep, Pudwell was on the coverage, and he kind of drove him deep and kind of did the stop, and they got the pass right out there right in time. Not terrible coverage, but just a great pass.
Whiting to your left of your screen, he's going to motion back to the tight formation. He has 2 running backs. That's going to be Swenson at quarterback. They're going to give it to Simonson again on the direct draw. It's kind of a counter draw. And watch for Whiting to keep that, though. I was watching the quarterback there. If you watch on your screen, you can see that he's out at the hashes right there, okay? The reason he ended up way out there is they may use that, okay? And we're talking about the Cavaliers' offense here. They may use that counter, and Swenson may keep that ball because the defense is flowing so hard to Simonson.
Yeah, that particular run was actually by number 22, Glacia. Made a nice couple-yard gain there. They're kind of using 2 running backs back there on a couple of their series here.
Pistol formation for Swenson. Simonson right with him. He gives it to Simonson, and he's going to be brought down right about the 22-yard line. And that's going to bring about 3rd down from there. I believe this will be 4-down territory also for the Cavaliers. You have to be aggressive in this game. You got to be smart about it, Bob, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's win or go home, and it's punch your ticket to a championship game, or you don't, right? There's no real second place in this game, so both teams, I believe, are going to be pretty aggressive here on their down and distance. As Swenson in the backfield, he's your quarterback. He has 2 receivers to his right. And that's along with the tight end, Whiting. Simonson, he's going to pick up the 1st down right at the marker at about the 19. They're going to move the chains. The side judge, you can see, waving those chains over. That's a 1st down, the 3rd 1st down for the Cavaliers on this series. Moving the chains as the Lynx defense is looking to hold. Remember, the Lynx defense has given up some yards. I'm not saying they haven't between the 20s. Great defenses, Bob, what do we always talk about? Where they're great at is inside the red zone, and that's where the Lynx need to be great right now. Swenson, 2 running backs with him, two wide receivers to his right and 1 to his left. They motion the tight end. He's going to be in the backfield kind of as a fullback. It's play action. No, it's going to be a botch snap. They're going to give it to
Glacia. But he got some good yardage.
Yeah, it's going to be number 22.
Williams on the tackle there. He got a good, 8 yards?
8 yards on the carry as that really two-back formation along with Swenson's working for them right now. Lynx got to think of something to stop that run. Both teams like to run the ball. We know that the Cavaliers will throw the ball too, but they're showing that they can run early in this ball game, especially on their 2nd series. Swenson, he's going to motion his tight end again. You see a lot of that coming out of the pistol. And they're going to give it to their running back, and I believe that's going to be Simonson. He's going to be just short. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Evan Gray on the tackle. He did a good job of wrapping him up right at the hole and not allowing him to get any extra yards after the contact.
3rd and 1, 4:20 to go in the first quarter. Lynx crowd is coming to their feet. We know that the Cavaliers probably will go for it on 4th down. If they don't get it, we'll see right here. Lynx defense trying to hold inside their red zone. That's going to be Swenson in the pistol. Drake snap to Swenson, and Simonson's going to gain a 1st down and more as they're going to move the chains. It's going to be 1st down and goal from the 4.
Looks like Drake Jellum on the tackle. Yeah, that was just a fundamental running play. They're just lining up and saying, we think we can get a couple of yards here over your defense. And so now they're getting right down to the red zone and right down to the goal line, rather. And looks like the Lynx put in a couple of bigger players in the middle of the line there where they've been running here. So
pistol formation, 1st down and goal from the 4-yard line. Painting the picture for you right now on Lynx TV. Swenson, Simonson, they give it to him. He's going to be tackled and out of bounds right at about the 2-yard line, maybe 1.5. That's where we're going to go with the 2nd down and goal for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, they did a good job of forcing him to the outside, not letting him take that inside line and driving him out of bounds where they had a little help.
Right at the 2-yard line, you can see right on the left of your screen, folks, and all of you that are watching, welcome. If you're just tuning in right now, Lynx up 7-0. Score from Delaney on the quick pitch to Delaney on kind of the end around. Biggest play of the night so far for the defense is right here. Swenson motions his tight end. They're going to give it to the running back, and he is stuffed right there. No gain, maybe a half an inch gain.
Chase Leary on the tackle. He did a great job of filling up the hole and then making a solid tackle.
3rd down and goal from right there, right at the 2. They're going to say no gain. As watch for the big tight end. I think he could be a weapon here.
He is. He's their leading receiver.
Inside this red zone, you really got to get a jam on him also, right? If they're not going to run the ball, you have to watch for him. Swenson, they give it to their running back, and they score. That's going to be Simonson on the score. It is now 7-6. The Cavaliers answer on their 2nd drive of the ball game, the possession. And on to kick for the Cavaliers, I believe, is going to be Amin, number 4.
Yep. Amin, yep.
He is on to kick. Extra point is up, and it is no. It is good. It almost looked like it was no good. It wanted to go right. 7-7 early in this ball game. 1:59 to go, as both teams are really using the run to catapult kind of their offense. But we've also seen a lot from the Lynx offense early, Bob, as they want to find Delaney early, and that's what they did on the opening series.
I think you're going to see some very quick adjustments by the Lynx defense on how they're going to want to stop that, because they're running between the tackles as well. It's not like they're pitching it and going around the edge, so they'll make some quick adjustments here on their penetration blocking at the defensive line, and hopefully we can slow that down and get back on here. But right now it's been a very competitive score at 7-7 with just a tick under 2 minutes to go.
So 1:59 to go, first quarter, 11 AAA matchup here in Brandon, South Dakota. On the other side of the semifinal, you have Harrisburg against Lincoln at Howard Wood Field. Both games taking place right now. We will give you a score update probably right in between the first and second quarter if we can get one. Back deep is going to be for the Lynx is going to be Delaney, number 5, along with Pudwell.
Landon Gross kicking off for the Cavaliers.
Gross kicking off for the Cavaliers, like Bob said. It is a deep kick. No, it's going to be Williams. He's going to take it at about the 25. He breaks the tackle. He's going to go right across the 30, and I believe forward progress is going to stop him right about the 32. Lynx are going to start right there on offense on their second possession of this first quarter.
Harrisburg is actually up on Lincoln with about 5 minutes to go by a score of 14-6.
All right, so that's our score. Both teams both games, I should say, are very, very tight right now in the opening of the semifinal night in AAA in the state of South Dakota. As Knutson, he's going to have Timmer. He also motions his tight end. That's going to be Welch. He has Veskerna right behind him, and they're going to give it to Veskerna. He actually pauses, cuts it to the outside, and gains about 5 yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 5 from right there.
Yeah, there was a host of Jefferson tacklers down there. Number 26, Anthony Petrone, and number 20. We've got Brody Jacobson on the tackle there. Looks like a gain of about, 4?
We'll say 4, yeah. Yep, I thought it was 5. They're going to call it 4. 2nd and 6 from the 36. Now Knutson, he has Veskerna right to his right. Double tight end set. They actually put Timmer out to lead block for Delaney. It's going to be a quick throw out to the sideline as Delaney catches it about at the hashes. He gains a first down on that quick pass. We have not seen that formation yet where they actually spread Timmer into a trip package on the outside, and Delaney actually just takes one step back, catches that. It's really a screen pass, right? And you have a lead blocker and Melcher and Timmer out there. Great play call, great design from the Lynx offense.
It just gives them a little more to think about on defense when you can't just concentrate on the run. You got to worry about those quick passes.
As it's going to be Knutson, he's going to motion Melcher across the formation. He's got Timmer, and I believe we're going to have a false start.
False start or a...
Well, we'll see.
Well, the Lynx don't seem to be moving back.
Actually, encroachment by the defense.
Maybe they cause the offense to move.
It's going to be now first down in 10, actually first down in 5 from the 43-yard line. And the Lynx driving the ball across the 50 again on this second series, as they did on the first series opening of this first quarter. As Melcher's going to run across the formation again in motion. They're going to give it to Veskerna. Timmer with the lead block. Veskerna with a great. We talked about how Veskerna has been really, really patient on his runs. That was super patient there as he let everything open up. He gained about 4 yards. And are they going to move the chains? They're going to. It's going to be a gain of 5. First down, Lynx.
Yeah, it looks like it was Kenan Amen on the tackle. He was at the bottom of the stack there, but he, like you said, Kenny was very patient. He watched the defense actually slide by the hole that he wanted to go to, and then he went forward for those extra couple of yards to get the first down.
Under 30 seconds to go, first quarter. Knutson along with Timmer in the pistol. He's got Veskerna with him. Play action. They go to Melcher for the first time. It is a little bit over his head. He can't reach and grab it. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 from the 38.
They're just, again, trying to get the defense to loosen up in the middle of the field, and so not a bad play call, just the execution was just a little bit high on that one.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 38. Lynx driving, as we've seen a lot of Veskerna and Delaney early in this ball game. As a Welch, he's going to motion. That's your tight end that you see from right to left. 2 receivers to Knutson's right. They do an end around. They give it to Veskerna and then to Delaney. Delaney's going to pick up about 4, it's going to be 4 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6, and I believe that's going to do it for our first quarter. As the Lynx and the Cavaliers, they are tied at the end of the first quarter in this 11 AAA matchup on a Friday evening, as both teams trying to punch their ticket into the championship game versus, who knows, it's going to be Harrisburg or Lincoln, and that's going to do it 7-7. Go ahead with our Lynx TV sponsors, Bob.
All right, our All-American sponsors are Alliance Communications, Aspen Ridge, Coca-Cola Bottling, the Chesterman Company, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. Our MVP sponsors are First Dakota National Bank, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, Sanford Health, in Brandon, and Sanford Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And our champion sponsors are Alliance Communications, American Family Insurance, the Josh Koob Agency, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quick Star, Sioux Valley Specialty Hospital, Sunshine Food Stores, and Today's Family Dentistry. Please, folks, go out, support these sponsors because they make this game and all of the games during the year, both the fall and the winter season, possible.
As Lynx TV, as all sports, they really they are the reason. These sponsors are the reason that we're able to bring this telecast to you this evening. Knutson started the second quarter. He's going to motion Melcher from left to right. Now we're moving right to left. As they're going to give it to Veskrina. He's going to pick up the first down and more. Breaks a tackle, almost goes down, stays on his feet. It's going to be a gain of about 9 yards. First down, Lynx.
Did I see that correct? That was a direct snap to Veskrina to take on that run?
That's the second, really the second time in this first half that they do a direct snap, and we see that a lot, right? It's typically they do that direct snap on third down and fourth down. And so you're seeing that early in this ball game as Knutson gets out of the way. As Knutson's going to be out of the huddle along with Timmer and Veskrina in the backfield as a pistol formation, 2 receivers to his right. Botch snap. Veskrina grabs it, and he's going to lose about 1 yard. But I'm going to tell you that the coaching staff, okay, would absolutely loves a 1 yard loss on that. Why? Because that ball could have been dribbling down the turf.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. And it was a good hands by the running back there to catch that. Probably not anticipating it's coming, so that was a great catch.
Scott into the ball game along with Veskrina now in the backfield, both running backs. They're going to actually set the formation with 2 receivers to the left or right of Knutson on the formation. It's going to be a quarterback keeper, and Knutson's going to be brought down at about the 20, we'll call it the 22-yard line, and that's going to bring up a third down in about 7 from the 22. So as a little bit of confusion on who wants to come to the field, it's going to be a formation. I believe they're going to go 2 tight end set here. We'll see. As Scott comes out of the ball game, number 3 is Scott. He's a senior running back. As Knutson is going to have Timmer again to his right, Veskrina right in the back of him. Quick pass to Delaney. He breaks the tackle. He's going to gain about 1 yard. Really good defense, though, by the Cavaliers. It's going to bring up a fourth down. And I don't know if he gained a yard. We'll see here. It's going to be fourth down and about 6, maybe 7. They're going to call it 7, as we're going to paint the picture here as Lynx being aggressive. It's been all year. Why change anything when you're right here, Bob? The coaching staff believes in the offense. It really believes in their defense also. Fourth down and 7. Big play for the Lynx offense. Knutson drops back, looks to Veskrina. They're going to go backside, and it's not going to be interference. The attempted pass is going to be to Welch, and turnover on downs for the Lynx offense.
Yeah, the Jefferson defense is crowding the line, kind of baiting the quarterback into taking that pass, and then they're dropping out of it right as they're snapping the ball, and that's what stopped Delaney from getting much on his particular catch. But that wasn't a bad play. The defense just got there at the same time as the ball did. So now it's time for the defense to make their adjustments and see if they can slow down the run a little bit.
As the Cavaliers offense is going to come onto the field for the third time. Their last score was Simonson with a touchdown in about the middle of the first quarter. That's Simonson again. He's going to gain a chunk of yards all the way across the 32, and that's going to be a first down for the Cavaliers. Lynx really have to find something here defensively because the actual Cavaliers offense is really starting to lean on that defense, and that's why you're seeing big chunky yards right now from the Cavaliers run game.
Yeah, I think that run was by number 22, Glacia. They got two of them back there, and they both look like they're about the same size and stature. So
Cavaliers, first down and 10. They're going to give it to, we'll see here.
Number 2.
Excuse
me, I take that back. 22.
Yeah,
Glacia.
Glacia again with the carry.
222. Not even my binoculars could pick that one up, Ken.
Yeah, they could have changed that number to like 32 or something. So we see a bunch of 2s right in the backfield, and that's what we're seeing. Because if you look at it in the backfield, they are really even carries right now by Glacia, number 22, and number 2, Simonson.
Yep, Simonson.
As Swinson motions his tight end. They're going to give it to Simonson here. And you can see the game plan so far in this first half as Jefferson, they are going to try to establish a run. They are not going off of that run at all. We saw the last series, and now it is third down and about 5, maybe 6 yards here. Or they're going to actually call it third down and 4 from about the 32 or 37-yard line. Big defensive stand right here. I would be surprised if the Cavaliers go for it on fourth down if the Lynx hold. That's going to be Swinson. He's going to motion his receiver that has one catch on the night, and the only catch is going to be Detler. They're going to go out to Simonson. He's going to gain the first down and more as they swing that pass out, and the Lynx defense, they are not like the coaching staff. You can see on the bottom of your screen, if you can see that, they are wondering what we were in and wondering why nobody was covering the running back out of the backfield. But then, nevertheless, it's going to be a first down for the Cavaliers as they cross the 50.
Some of the coaches were wondering why it wasn't a block in the back.
That too. As the Cavaliers, first down and 10 from the 49 as they go right into their side of the field. Swinson over the middle, and it's a completed pass to Cisco. That's going to be number 18. That's going to be his first catch of the ball game. Swinson now with 3 completions in this first half. I believe they've only thrown it 4 times. We saw that screen pass that was broken up early in the first quarter. So really now they're trying to change it up a little bit. They know the Lynx are trying to come to the line of scrimmage and really stop the run. Second down and 4 from the 43. That's going to be Swinson. He has Gleason and Simonson in the backfield with him, motioning the tight end to the fullback position. They're going to give it to Gleason. He breaks it open, and he is down the middle of the field, and it's going to be a touchdown. Both running backs now for the Cavaliers have found the end zone, and that was the biggest play, as is a 49-yard touchdown by Gleason. It is now 13-7, the Cavaliers on top of your Lynx.
You know, that was just a run right up the gut, and they had a good blocking scheme there, and we had nobody there. Right up the gut.
So we'll see what the adjustments are made by the Lynx defense and Coach Christensen, and he heads the defense. As we know, Coach Christensen under Coach Garrow was a longtime defensive coordinator for Coach Garrow before he became the head coach. And that makes it 13-7 as there's a penalty. It's going to drive this extra point back a little bit here as Amon's going to come into the ball game for the extra point for the Cavaliers. And I believe they were going to have an encroachment on the Lynx, so they're going to give those yards right back to the Cavaliers.
My question is did that go through the...
It's not going to matter. It's going to be a retry on the extra point, as it's going to be the extra point from about the 4.5-yard line now, as Amon's on to kick for the extra point for the Cavaliers. It is up, and it is good. 14-7, Cavaliers over the Lynx, as we've seen so far from the Lynx defense, it's all about, we talked about all year, what are they good at initially?
Yep.
Stopping the run, right?
Stopping the run.
That's the key to the ball game. What team is winning up front? That is going to win you ball games every day, every minute of every football game. Defensively and offensively, the front lines are going to win you football games. And right now, and the Lynx offensive line is doing a tremendous job. I know they stalled there at the end of that second series, but they also have a score, right? And the Jefferson Cavaliers, their offensive line's playing good ball right now. They're opening up big holes.
You know, it'll be interesting to see what the defensive coaching staff does. Do they switch from a 3-3-5 to maybe a 4-3-4 so that they got more beef up front, and you put your Parliaments and your Zockers and your Coughlin 4 across the way to make them use a little more like that. You still got 4 defensive backs, but that's why I'm up here at the announcer's booth, and the defensive coaches are making the calls on this one. But let's get a good run back, fellas.
Pudwell and Delaney back deep for the Lynx, and I would say, Bob, so you stay true to who you are. You don't put a 4-man line on. You create a scheme where you know where they're trying to run into the gap, and you fill those gaps and make them go somewhere else. Pudwell takes it at about the 20. And he's going to cut it back. He's got open field. He's going to cross the 40, and he's going to cut it back to the middle of the field. He's going to be brought down right at the 50, and you called it, Bob. Let's get a good return, and that's what Pudwell just did for the Lynx. First down and 10 for the Lynx offense right at the 50-yard line.
You got to like the aggressiveness. He took it from the far side of the field and ran all the way across, seeing that he had a wall there, and they got a good return. Now we just need to get some more. Let's get some points on this one too, because they're going to get the ball to start the second half. Let's see if we can close out the quarter and get some points here.
Knutson, he's got his running back, and it's going to be Delaney on the end around again. And that's going to bring up a first down. So far, it's been a lot of Delaney, and we talked about Veshkerna also. He's got some carries, but it's really been a lot of Delaney in this first half. First down and 10 from the 39.
You know, you try to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers, and on this particular deal, Delaney is definitely a playmaker here. And it doesn't have to be down the field passing to get the ball in his hands and get 10 yards.
As it's going to be Timmer along with Knutson. He's got Veshkerna with him, 2 receivers to his right. They're going to keep him there, no motion. They're going to give it to Veshkerna. He's met in the backfield, but he breaks a tackle, cuts it outside. He's going to gain of about 4 yards, brings up a 2nd and 6 from the 35. The Lynx are in no hurry. Well, here's the thing, Bob. Okay, I know we want to get points before the half, but I like to play kind of the psyche game, right? As a coach, and I coach for a long time in football, is you almost want your defense after the score here to get a little time on the field before you go to the locker room. You want to build their momentum, right? We'll see what happens here. As Knutson, he's going to motion Delaney. They're going to give it to Veshkerna. He is met in the backfield, and he is stuffed for about a 2-yard loss. Interesting to see what's happening here, as you saw a lot of blitzing right there from the linebackers from the Cavaliers. Now, their defense is going to be predicated, hey, let's take away the number one weapon, is the running game for the Lynx, okay? How do you expose that? You got to put the ball in the air. You got to start getting your offense a little bit loose, right? And make their defense think. Right now, their defense is not thinking. Delaney with the run. The end around's been working. Is that going to gain a first down? It is. And first down and 10 at about the 29. Moving the chains clock. Should have stopped. They already winding the clock. It's at 4:25. First down and 10. Both teams have 3 timeouts here, folks, so that could play a part in the next 4 minutes of this first half. Jefferson's up 14-7. As it's going to be Knutson in the backfield. He has Veshkerna with a double tight end set. No, that's going to be Welch. He's going to motion along with Timmer. They're going to go up top. They want Delaney. They find Delaney.
Oh.
Oh, it is just out of his hands. As a beautiful throw, a kind of a backside throw. Delaney had to adjust. The ball was there. It's incomplete. We live to play another play, right?
That's absolutely a good play call. He had single coverage out there. Delaney had him beat, and the ball managed to find the ground.
So as we are looking right now at 2nd and 10 from about the 28, they're going to mark it just a tick under 4 minutes. Direct snap. Veshkerna. He gains about 4 yards, maybe 5. They'll give him 5 yards. As it's going to bring up 2nd down and about 4. You're going to say 3, Bob.
No, I'm going to say 3rd down is what I'm going to say.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 3rd down.
Yes. I would like it to be 2nd down.
Good call. Good call. 3rd down and 5 from the 23. I thought you were saying it was
3 yards. Yeah.
3 yards. My fault. Knutson. Veshkerna to his right. He has 2 receivers to his left. They're going to motion Pudwell's into the game now. They want to utilize his speed, and they do. He breaks a tackle. He's going to gain about 1 yard, maybe, as it's going to bring up a 4th down now. Lynx are going to keep their offense on the field, I believe. 4th down and 4. So it was a 1 yard gain from the 22. Under 3 minutes to go. Cavaliers sideline and their fans are coming to their feet. It is silent on the Lynx side here with their fans, as it should be with the offense on the field. I believe they're going to probably call a timeout. They're going to kind of drain this clock a little bit. As is a good call by Coach Christensen. This is the most important down so far in this ball game. As the Lynx call their first timeout, they have 2 timeouts remaining with 2:32 to go.
Right now, at least from what I'm seeing, Ken, is Jefferson's playing with a lot more emotion and a lot more energy than what the Lynx are right now, and we need to find a way to get back that energy, because that will go a long ways in deciding who's going to win this game.
So we play it like this, Bob. So as a coach, you gotta decide if you're going to inject energy or you're going to have your captains or somebody on the sideline inject energy. I kind of have a different feel of it. I like how patient they're being and calm. Okay, we haven't been down a lot this year, but let's not be over anxious, right? And then turnovers start happening. Like we almost have to say, okay, we're just going to calm the storm a little bit. It's a 1 possession game right now. It's not the end of the world. We can go get a 1st down. We know we can. Let's just be confident in doing it. And I see a lot. What I see out of the Lynx team right now is confidence and patience, and I like that from the coaching staff, calling that timeout and being patient with it. As Delaney is wide open, and it is caught. It is caught on the 3-yard line. Beautiful catch. He was inbounds. He went back for the ball. 1st down right there for the Lynx, and they're going to go up, hurry up offense from about the 4-yard line. 1st and goal from there. Direct snap to Veshkerna. He's going to find the end zone, and
1 yard line.
I believe I'm not going to say we're good. It's going to be 2nd down now from the goal line, from about the half-inch mark. Veshkerna, good! Following his lead block from Timmer, it's 14-13 now, as a big catch from Delaney from Knutson on that throw. It was a little bit underthrown, right? But Delaney made an amazing catch coming back for the ball. He did miss that one, and he just made up for it, right?
And I was kind of watching the official, this near side official, as he's going down, and as he's running down, he's not signaling right away whether it's a catch or not. He's making sure that he maintained the possession of the ball and made sure that he had a good catch, and it's good.
Mitzel for the extra point. We have a tie ball game. The Lynx defense gets to redeem themselves right now with 1:58 to go. It's 14-14. the Cavaliers, they do have all 3 timeouts. We got fireworks. I don't know if you can see that on your screen to the right, but it is a ball game in 11 AAA, the semifinals, here from Brandon, South Dakota.
Hey, out at Howard Wood Field, Ken, Harrisburg, Lincoln got a touchdown, but they missed their initial extra point. That was why the score was 14-6. Now it's 14-13 with about 6 minutes to go in quarter number 2 out of Howard Wood.
And special teams playing a part in that ball game, but it played a part in our last series as Pudwell, that big return set up the offense to only have to go 50 yards instead of more yards, right? And so special teams playing a big part already in both games in the semifinals in 11 AAA in the state of South Dakota.
And special teams are so important, whether it's punting, whether it's kicking, whether it's extra points, whether it's going for 2. The special teams are vital to the success.
Scott with a pooch kick down to the 10-yard line, and that is going to be number 18. That's going to be Cisco with the return. And the Cavaliers are going to start right there at about the 22-yard line. And remember, the Cavaliers do have all 3 timeouts. I believe they're going to put it in the air, but don't count them out from putting it on the ground, too, as they have gained some big chunks of yards on offense.
So it looks like they gave it to him at the
27-yard line. I apologize, as it's going to be Swenson. He's got 3 receivers to his left. Play action. No, they're going to give it to their running back. That's going to be, I believe, Simonson. It is.
Yep, Simonson, yep.
It's going to be a carry of about 5 yards.
Well, he's just getting through some of the smallest of gaps there that the Lynx are given.
Swenson, second down in about 4, maybe 5 yards. Play action. No, they're going to give it to Simonson again, and he is met right there by Zocker. And it looks like number 27 for the Lynx. That's going to be Gray from his linebacker position.
Maybe a gain of 1 on the play.
Now, what do you do as a Lynx? You call a time. I believe you stop them here, right? And the Cavaliers are probably going to try to drain this clock. It's really a chess match right now. It's one team. The Lynx have 2 timeouts, and the Cavaliers have 3. Lynx can get the ball back here. As heavy pressure. It's tipped, almost intercepted. The best part about that, incomplete pass, it stopped the clock at 56 seconds. Lynx have 2 timeouts. Punting formation now on the field for the first time in this first quarter for both teams, as Pudwell is on the field right now at about the 30-yard line on the right side of your screen. Pudwell with a big return on the kickoff the last time. Let's see what he can do here. As there's a high snap.
Ooh, no out of bounds. That's going to be a great field position. Looks like they're going. What?
No, they're going to mark it up.
Hold on. He's still moving up the sidelines.
Yep, they always go past it, and then they bring it up. So that's going to be a first down and really good field position for the Lynx. Special teams playing a big part in the last 2 series. Lynx with great field position, 51 seconds. Remember, though, be smart with it. Be super smart with this. I know you want to put it in the air. There's a spread formation. We have Mueller now on the top of your screen. That's number 20, along with Delaney to the right of Knutson. He's got Timmer and 2 receivers to his left. Empty package. They go to Delaney right away. He finds an opening, and he's going to break a tackle. He does not get the first down. That's not going to stop the clock. The clock is moving. It's got to be hurry-up offense here with 2 timeouts still. 35 seconds to go. First half, second down and 1. Empty package has 2 receivers to his right and left. Quick pass, though, and that's going to be a first down to Scott, I believe. That will stop the clock.
Oh, flag on the play right at the end, so we'll see what happens here. Might be another 15.
It's going to be
unsportsmanlike conduct or personal foul.
It's going to be a late hit, and they are going to mark it. It's going to be a 15-yard gain. It was a 3-yard gain. It becomes an 18-yard gain. Lynx with great position right here to capitalize on this and turn this ball game around going into halftime. Knutson, 2 receivers to his right and left, empty formation. Timmers right to the line of scrimmage as an extra blocker for the Lynx offensive line. Knutson, quick pass. He finds Melcher. He's going to get out of bounds, does he? Do they? No,
They're winding the clock.
I believe the Lynx will take a timeout here. Smart timeout. 22 seconds to go. It's going to bring up a second down and about 7 right there, as we'll paint the picture as the Lynx need to try to find some points here as the momentum builder. Bob, you said the Lynx earlier, and I'm not disagreeing with you, Bob.
Oh, no, you are.
I just have a different opinion.
Well, it's okay, though.
Is you kind of thought that they were a little methodical, the energy was there. What I like about championship teams is the patience. It's all about being patient, staying true to who you are, right? Don't get overexcited about anything, right? Touchdowns, get excited about it, right? But no, you got to get back on the field and play some defense, right? Be patient. Let everything come to you, and this coaching staff and this team, they're doing a good job of it right now. The things are starting to swing a little bit in this ball game. Lynx can really put a point onto this first half here. As Knutson, he's going to go up top to Delaney. He's got the corner of the end zone just out, thrown.
Good play call. He just couldn't get there.
And
wasn't a terribly thrown ball, but it was just a little bit too far outside.
Now watch that same play, though. As I know the hash where the ball marker is right now, there's 18 seconds to go. Lynx have 1 timeout. It's 3rd down, so we're not worried about down and distance right now. As watch the same thing come from the other side of the formation. We'll see where Delaney lines up. And he is on the left side. I believe they're either going to go to the middle of the field or going to try that out route again. And they're going to go to the middle, and it has to be interference.
Oh, there's a flag.
There's
a flag from the side judge.
As I'm telling you, this coaching staff is doing a tremendous job, Bob, as they are really, really taking advantage of what the defense is showing them. Okay, those out routes have been open, right? We've seen a big first down. We've seen a couple missed catches from Delaney on those out routes, but they're there, right? Now, all of a sudden, you get them thinking that the Lynx are going to try to put the ball on the outside of the hashes, and now all of a sudden we go to the middle of the field, and it is open, right? Yes. That play right there by number 0, who is that for the defense there?
Zach Ibrahim. Excuse me.
He saved a touchdown.
No, exactly. I was just going to mention that, Ken. I said that wasn't the worst thing because that would have been a touchdown had he not basically tackled him.
And that's just great play calling by Coach Zern in the offense. As the Lynx offense is coming to the field, 1st down and 10, they can gain another 1st down. Look at the clock, though. It is at 14 seconds. It is stopped right now with the penalty, with the pass interference. They go to Veshkanov.
Got tipped at the line, I think.
But that's going to stop the clock also. Remember, there's no wasted time, and that's what you got to look at from the offense. But watch this again. Watch Delaney I believe they're going to put him on the wide side of the field, which is going to be the right side of the formation. Watch him line up in the slot, and they try to clear that out and get that out route because you have a ton of end zone, don't you, on the right side of the field. Play to your wide side. You see Delaney right there. He's going to be man-to-man coverage. They are playing man-to-man coverage. You almost have to go to him, and they do. Touchdown, Lynx! It is a beautiful pass to Delaney. We called it up here. The coaching staff was on the same wavelength as us, Bob. Lynx go up 20-14.
I tell you what, though, that was all made by Delaney. I know he doesn't throw the pass and then run out and catch it, but he went down and made a very, very difficult catch below his waist to bring that in and control it, and to make sure that the officials could see that he controlled it.
Mitzel on for the extra point as the Lynx offense starting with their special teams, and this one is up and good. It is now a 7-point game. The Lynx flipped that possession in the last 4.5 minutes. They put 2 scores on the board. That's big time for the Lynx, and we got fireworks.
Yeah, we do, both in the field and in the sky over here, Ken. But like you said, championship teams find a way to win big games, seize momentum, all that kind of good stuff. Tell you what, just a little shout out over to Howard Wood Field. Lincoln has now taken the lead 20-14 over Harrisburg
We got a
with
tight one
about
over there.
3 minutes to go in the half there.
Yeah, one possession game over there also is, as I'm going to keep on saying it, and, you know, the offensive line's doing a really good job, too, for the Lynx, but the coaching staff right now, in those last, I don't know if it was 4.5 minutes, it was 5 minutes, I remember looking at the clock and thinking at the big board, oh, okay, we got 4.5 minutes, how are we going to flip this? We're down 7, right? And so the coaching staff is in that chess match. We talk about that all the time with the other sideline, right?
Yep.
That was beautiful play calling, defensively and offensively for the Lynx. That's how you flip the scoreboard. And there's 3 seconds as that return from Gus Scott's kick. And the Cavaliers, they do have 1 timeout, 3 timeouts still remaining, as they're going to start with the ball at about the 21-yard line. But that's how you flip that scoreboard. People don't think about, they look at the players, right? And I don't. The coaching staff is doing a tremendous job. I mean, hats off to them. People need to recognize what type of coaching staff we have on this team, and it is amazing.
They're just going to go into the half and regroup here, Ken. But guess what? The Lynx get the ball coming out of the second half.
Lynx go into halftime, flipping that scoreboard in the last 5 minutes. 21-14, they're up by 1 score as the Lynx grab another touchdown from Delaney. He has found the end zone twice along with Veshkerna with a run, and that's what we do here going into halftime in this 11 AAA semifinal. Bob just brought you the score, and we'll give you updates from Howard Wood Field, too, on that semifinal between the Patriots and the Tigers over there, as they are trying to punch their ticket also into,
close the door, please,
into this actual to the state championship in 11 AAA. So paint the picture a little bit, Bob. When I know we talk about painting the picture, and we try to do that for you as you're watching on your screen, and we're really the voices behind that screen. As from a coach standpoint, it's so I love to watch beautiful coaching, right? And being a coach, I love to watch beautiful coaching because I kind of try to get into the mind of the other sideline and what they're trying to do and what the Lynx are trying to do. And how they were calm. That timeout by Coach Christensen was the best timeout called in the whole first half, because you had a 4th down that was coming up. It's a crucial play. We got to make this play call right? It's got to be right, because we need the momentum going into halftime. Right at that point, Bob, we were down 7, okay? It's 4th down. You turn over possession all of a sudden to the Cavaliers, well, they can go up 2 scores, right? And then we have then we're talking about a different ball game, right?
Different strategy.
Coach Christensen's timeout there made the difference, and I don't know what he said out there to the offense and the coaching staff said out there, but you got to believe it was patience. It was patience. We've been here, right? We haven't been here so much on the scoreboard, but we've been here on crucial situations, and situations happen throughout a football game. That's the roller coaster that's played throughout a football game, and true every second of a football game. And what happened there was relax everybody. A timeout is able to relax, calm the storm. The storm's happening, right? We haven't been into a lot of 4th downs on offense, right? We're used to getting chunks of yards. We're used to this. We're not getting that so much on offense. all of a sudden, the adjustments are made by the coaching staff. Defensively, we held them. Okay, we got the score. We got the score, but we also forced the first punt of the ball game too, right? And you saw special teams come into play too as a botched punt. Great field position again. There's kind of a thing that says about patience in any team sport. Stay true to who you are. Don't get over anxious on anything you do. Go out and play to the best of your ability at every position, and we should win the football game, right?
Yep. You want to make sure that you're doing your assignment.
Right.
If all 11 of your players are doing their assignment, positive things are going to happen. And that's what here. Jefferson was on a high. They're up. Mm-hmm. They're up a score on the number one team in the state.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing their thing, and all of a sudden, it's almost like we sucked the air and all the energy right out of them, because then all of a sudden we get a touchdown. Then all of a sudden we force them to punt. It's a lot tougher when the pressure's on to punt and do some of those things than when it's not. And all of a sudden you get a kick off the side of their foot. All of a sudden great field position. Then you get down, your defense is doing great, and all of a sudden they come up with a great fourth down catch by Delaney right down here. And was it your average catch? Heck no. He was diving out, extending the body, reaching out, making sure that he secured it, held on to it, but more importantly, got the arms underneath it to make sure that the official knew there was no doubt that was a catch.
Well, and to your point, Bob, big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games, right? Yep. And we've seen a lot of that from Delaney this evening. They're going to him a lot, too. Deserving so, okay? My belief is they're going to start involving other players and on the offense, okay? They've already tried to open up Melcher a little bit from the receiver position. We saw that against Washington. The tight ends became prevalent in the passing game. This coaching staff is really good at making adjustments at halftime too, right? And so that goes off to the coaching staff too. But big-time players got to make big-time plays in big-time games, and this is a big-time game. And to your point, Bob, you talked about how we scored, right, and the great catch by Delaney, okay, and redeeming himself from that miscatch on that out route on the top of your screen by the end zone, right? And if you were to replay, okay, rewind and you can do that at home. I mean, you can hit rewind now on the TVs, right? You rewind. You can, and you go back to that 5-minute mark because you got a little time. We're at about 10 and a half minutes, and they'll probably put another 2 to 3 minutes on the. So you have about 15 minutes. You hit rewind, and you look at about that 5-minute, 4.5-minute mark, and you look at both sidelines. Don't pay attention to the players. Okay, look at the sidelines. The Cavaliers are jumping. They're deserving so. They're up 7 on the number one team in the state, right?
Yep.
Okay. They're the underdog. They're on somebody else's field. They're the 4 seed. And they're jumping around. They're up. Lynx are calm on their sideline. Lynx score. They're still calm. There's not a ton of jumping. There's a ton of jumping from the fans. But the sideline, look at the sideline. Look at what the sideline's doing, because that will give you the feel of the team and the temperature of the team, right? They're not getting over anxious on anything. A score, yeah, there's a little bit of celebration, but it's not over celebration, because they know that they still got 2 quarters of football to play, right? We still have a job to do. You can't end that job with all your energy on that one play. And it is a testament to the coaching staff. I'm telling you, if everybody's being super calm, what do you think is really being taught or preached in that locker room right now, or on Mondays or Tuesdays, Wednesdays or Thursdays? Is we're staying true to who we are, right? And we're going to – I know the Lynx have put the ball in the air a little bit more tonight, because of adjustments, right? We've adjusted because they are stacked in the box, right? They're playing a lot of man-to-man, the Cavaliers. If they want to play man-to-man, okay, coverage, we'll take it. Because we have receivers that are going to get open and our quarterback's delivering the ball, right? There's no turnovers in this ball game either. Watch for the turnovers as we creep into the second half. Who wins the turnover battle here? Okay, we haven't seen anything on the ground. We've seen the one, but it was picked up by the Cavaliers, but no interceptions. It's really hard to go through a whole football game without a turnover, right? That's really rare, right? And so who's going to be the benefactor of that too? Okay, and who's going to stay? If the Lynx turn over the ball, are they going to stay calm? If the Cavaliers, if they turn over the ball, are they going to stay calm? Because that's riding that roller coaster, that wave throughout the ups and downs of the football game. You would have never pictured that it was 21-14 going into halftime right now, Bob. 5 minutes on that play clock in the second quarter left. You would have never pictured it.
No. So I'm going to bring in a phrase that has probably been in every football movie ever said that describes what we're talking about. Act like you've been here before.
Right. Absolutely.
You know what? We've been here before on offense. We've been here before on defense. You know what? When they got the 49-yard touchdown run right up the gut, it's like you come off, you regroup, act like we've given up that before, and we go out and we stop them the next time.
Absolutely.
Same way on offense. If things aren't working with the run game, let's go to some passing, loosen it up a little bit. But, again, act like you've been here before. Go out there, be calm, and we'll get things done.
Absolutely.
Why? Because we've been here before.
Absolutely. And you're protecting your home field, but you're also trying to punch your ticket into that 11 AAA championship, and that's what the Lynx right now on top of the Cavaliers, 21-14. We have a big second half coming up, folks. I think Bob's going to go over our Lynx TV sponsors real quick before we pause for a moment and catch our breath.
All right. Our Lynx All-American sponsors are Alliance Communications, Aspen Ridge, Coca-Cola Bottling Chesterman Company, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. Our MVP sponsors are First Dakota National Bank, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, Sanford Health in Brandon, and Sanford Health in Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And our champion sponsors are Alliance Communications, American Family Insurance Josh Koob Agency, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quick Star, Sioux Falls Specialty Hospital, Sunshine Food Stores, and Today's Family Dentistry. All of these sponsors are making this broadcast and all of our broadcasts this year possible throughout the year. So get out there, support these sponsors. If nothing else, stop in and say, hey, thank you for making these broadcasts possible, because if not, I wouldn't be able to see some of this stuff because it might not be possible for me to get out to all the games.
Absolutely. So thank those sponsors any way you can. If you know them, thank them. If you don't know them, go thank them. And so we're going to pause here for the next couple minutes. We're going to catch our breath, and you all go find a beverage, and we're going to be set back for this big second half as your Lynx trying to punch their ticket into the 11 AAA championship game on this Friday evening. We'll be back in just a moment. And that was our pause. I don't think we actually stopped talking up here. We talked about everything under the sun in regards to that first half. So, painting the picture, coming back, and welcome back to the telecast on Lynx TV on Alliance Channel 226 on your television, or around the world on Lynx TV on YouTube. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we had a very good first half as the Lynx are on top 21-14. They'll be receiving the ball in the second half, and you've seen a lot from the Lynx offense really grow a little bit there with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. And Bob and I talked about what was really the catalyst of everything, besides the coaching staff making really good play calls, is the special teams flipped the field position, and field position is everything in football. As the Cavaliers come to the field, they're going to move right to left on their kickoff, as it looks like Delaney and Pudwell are back deep, and they're not going to go to him, but they're going to go to Veshkina. Veshkina is going to take it at about the 30. He's going to go up to the 35-yard line, and that's where the Lynx offense is going to start with their first possession of the second half.
You know, they definitely did not want to pick their poisons, kicking it to Pudwell or you kicked Delaney, but Veshkina could have ran it back as well. But here we go. Let's see what kind of offensive scheme that we're going to come out with in the second half here.
Defensively, they're still playing man-to-man coverage. Let's see if Coach Zer and the offense see that. As Knutson, they do see that. They go right to Delaney. Delaney breaks a tackle right there. That's a good tackle by the corner for the Cavaliers. But if he breaks that tackle, there's nobody.
No, he's gone. So that was an excellent tackle on the defense there. And they might want to think twice about leaving him out there by himself.
Second down and 6 from the 39-yard line. That opening play caught from Knutson to Delaney. You see, if you can see on your screen defensively, if you know what man-to-man coverage, that's what they are playing. They're putting two safeties high now, but it still is man-to-man coverage on the bottom of your screen. That's going to be a give to Veshkina. Veshkina is going to gain about 3 yards. It's going to bring up a third down now. In about 3. They're going to say 3rd and 3 from about the 43. Lynx offense starting with the ball in this second half, up 21-14 in this 11 AAA semifinal from Brandon, South Dakota, as Knutson is going to break the huddle. That's your quarterback, number 13 for the Lynx. He has Veshkina with him. He's got his receiver Melcher and Delaney right and left respectively for the Lynx offense. And it's a fake to Delaney, and it is almost intercepted by number 0.
Boy, he took a hard hit there, but he popped up there. So
let's see how aggressive we are here. I see Gus Scott's coming to the field. And remember, he can punt. The running back, number 3 for the Lynx. It'll be very interesting because I believe in now field position. You almost put your defense in a bad situation if you do not get this first down. You absolutely do. Let's see what they do here. Let's see if Scott can punt. Let's see if he steps back. They do not. They go for it. That's Delaney. He cuts up, and he gains big yards.
There he goes. Are they going to be able to outrun him?
As number 26 is going to catch him. No, he's loose, and touchdown from Delaney, as a beautiful play by Delaney as that whole defense is flowing, right? They are flowing to one side. The cutback by Delaney to the middle of the field is what did it, and there's a big touchdown on the opening series. The coaching staff for the Lynx decide to go for it on the Cavaliers side of the 50 on 4th down and 2, and it ends up being a touchdown. Mitzel.
But that's a lot of trust in your defense.
Absolutely. Mitzel on for the extra point. It's up. Good. 28-14, Lynx capitalize on a big play on fourth down as Delaney, and we have fireworks all over the place to the right of your screen. Delaney with his third touchdown of the ball game. He opens it up, cuts it back to the middle of the field, right at about, that cutback, Bob, was right at the logo, right at the 50, and it was gone. Right up the hash. I thought 26 was going to catch him. He didn't have a chance.
You know, what you may or may not know is that in addition to playing football, and I'm going to go play Division I football for the Jacks this coming fall, Delaney also is a state track person. He's a 200-meter runner, and he just turned on the jets when he made that cutback. And it was going to be – somebody's going to have to take a heck of an angle to get there, but he just outran him. Has a good play.
The only thing that was bringing him down was the turf.
And that has happened. That has happened on an occasion here.
Right. Scott's on to kick, and there's the kick, and it's going to be taken by, I believe, number 10 for the Cavaliers, and he is brought down right there. That's going to be Detler, and now it's a two-score game as the Lynx open up out of halftime, and that momentum carried them from that end of the second quarter with the two big scores, right? And coming out of halftime, boy, did they put on the Jets there with that score.
So now it's the defense's turn to.
Swenson, two receivers to his left. He has two running backs with him. They're going to motion the tight end back to the formation.
Simonson's on our side, Ken.
Simonson, and that's going to be the other running back.
Number 22, Glacia.
Glacia. That's going to be a gain of about 3 yards. 2nd and 7 from right there. Lynx will take 3-yard gains all day. That would put the Cavaliers offense into a lot of fourth downs and methodically going down the field. A lot of time in this ball game. We are at about 9:50 to go, third quarter in this 11 AAA matchup in the semifinals in the state of South Dakota. As that's going to be Swenson. He's going to motion his tight end now from right to left. He's got Simonson along with Glacia in the backfield. They're going to give it to Simonson, I believe.
Glacia, I think.
Glacia with the carry, his second consecutive carry.
So
it's got a gain of about 3.
So now we got a big third down here because I don't know that if they hold him here and it's not like a 4th and 1 or something, I don't know if I'm Jefferson, if I'm going for it. I think it's a little too early to panic and try to go for an unnecessary 4th down, but we shall see.
9 minutes, third quarter, big third down for both teams. 3rd down and 3 from the 38. Swenson, shotgun. 2 running backs. They're giving it to Simonson, and he's going to gain the first down and a little bit more, a yard past that. That moves the chains. First down for the Cavaliers at about the 43-yard line, and that's where we're going to move chains to. First down for the Cavaliers.
You know, their running game is a lot like what the Lynx like to run. They're doing zone blocking scheme up front. They hand it off, and then he's just kind of patiently running behind there and then shooting through a hole that's whatever's available.
At some point, they are going to have to put the ball in the air. I'm going to tell you the clock. I know we're in the third quarter, but the clock will play against you at some point. As there's the motion from right to left, the tight end, that's going to be Swenson in the backfield, and there's play action. They do go to the air. They do find their running back in a big gain from Simonson, from Swenson. And it's going to be a first down as they move the chains all the way to the 41-yard line. Their biggest plays on offense in the passing game have come from the running backs out of the backfield, Bob.
It's because they use their receivers and their tight ends to get the secondary further downfield, and they bring them out of the back on little swing passes, and very effective. We got to start making sure that we're accounting for those running backs out of the backfield.
And first down and 10 from the 41. That's going to be the Cavaliers moving right to left. They cross the 50 there. That's Swenson. He's going to give it to Simonson. Simonson's a big carry all the way down to about the 33. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and 2 from right there. So what it's kind of doing, Bob, is their play action. So we're so focused on stopping their run, right? and you leak those running backs out off of that play action because your linebackers are creeping to the line. They want to stuff that run, and now they're in a bad position. We'll see if if one of those safeties, those three safeties for the Lynx, starts covering and watching out of the backfield there, those running backs. Swenson, 2nd down and 2. They give it to Glacia, and it's going to be a 1st down. And it's going to bring up a 1st down and about 10. I said about 10, right, Bob? From the 29. So 1st down and 10 from the 29. And
we'll take a 1st and 15, Ken, if we can get away with it.
About, right? It could have been 1st down and 11. I don't know if that would work, but it's not going to. As Swenson, 2 receivers to his right. It looks like they're going to keep the tight end out there. No, they're going to motion him back to the formation from right to left. 2 running backs with him. Cool. He keeps it. Quarterback keeper. The fans want holding. There is no flags on the play. It's going to be a gain of about 5 yards for Swenson.
Again, using misdirection to run on the opposite direction with the quarterback. I believe that's the first time that we've seen a planned quarterback run on that because they're all focused on the 2 running backs there.
We thought that was going to happen in the first half, right, Bob? We talked about how they can do that, and you saw Swenson pick up 5 there. 2nd and 5 from the 24, 5:45 to go. 3rd quarter, Lynx up by 2 scores. Swenson, shotgun formation, both running backs with him again. They give it to Glacia. He tries to cut it outside, and there's Williams from the outside linebacker position, number 1, there on the backside as you saw that he wanted to be patient, right, Glacia?
But he got stuck behind the tight end.
Yeah, and that backside is what came into play there, and that was Williams from that outside linebacker position. 3rd down and 7 from the 26. 5 minutes ago, 3rd quarter.
I got to think at this stage of the game or where they're at on the field, they got 2 downs to get their yardage here.
As it's going to be Swenson along with his running back. I believe that's going to be Simonson. Catch from Swenson to his receiver, number 10, Detler, over the middle. That's going to be a big 1st down. It's going to bring the ball all the way down to about the 3-yard line. 1st and goal from there for the Cavaliers.
That was an excellent play call. Again, they got the aggressiveness going with the Lynx and got a nice wide opening down the middle.
As the Cavaliers come out of the huddle, tight formation.
Simonson in the backfield.
Simonson along with Swenson out of the pistol. Simonson finds the end zone, touchdown on the opening series for the Cavaliers. It's now 28-20 as both teams exchanging scores early in this 3rd quarter as Amon's going to come on for the extra point for the Cavaliers. It's now 28-20.
Yeah, that was a good set of downs for Jefferson. They made some adjustments in the second or in the halftime for that one, and we'll see how they're going to counter by the Lynx.
Extra point is up. It's good. It's 28-21 as the Cavaliers open up on their first series of the 3rd quarter. They drive the ball down across the 50 on big plays by their running backs, and the catch by Detler over the middle of the field, and the score by Simonson for the touchdown. He scores for the 2nd time in this ball game for the Cavaliers. Lynx offense about to come into the field as you're going to see Delaney and Pudwell back deep, and Amon is going to be on to kick for the Cavaliers, as Delaney's not going to come out to the field, as I think he's stretching on the sideline. So that's going to be number 20 for the Lynx. Back deep will be Mueller and Pudwell for the Lynx at about the 10, maybe 12-yard line.
If I'm Veskerna, I'd be ready to run one back to the house on a short punt here, if they're a short kickoff, if they're going to be keeping to do that, try to keep it away from the guys that are back on kickoff returns.
Yeah, and it really it shows the respect that they have for the guys in the back. But here's the other thing: the coaching staff put a running back on each side of the hash on that second line there. You see Scott on the far side, and you see Veshkerna on the bottom at the 25. Right?
Yep.
If you're going to give us good field position, we'll take it. As it's going to be Amon on to kick up. And they're going to go to Mueller. Mueller's going to take it at about the 10. He's going to break up the middle. He breaks the tackle, spins, and he's going to bring it up to about the 25, maybe 26-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 26. Lynx are going to start with their second possession of the third quarter right here at the 26.
You know, he did a great job of making sure that he didn't give up the ball when the players were getting close. He definitely secured the ball on there. And good job for somebody who typically is not necessarily back returning kicks, and that's why they kicked it to him, I think, because they had the newest person out there. So looks like we've got somebody leaning down on the field.
Yeah,
looks like number 26 for Jefferson, and that's Anthony Petrone.
As it's going to be an injury timeout on the field, as you can see the Cavalier player on about the 30-yard line. And
might have got the wind knocked out of him a little bit, but it looks like he's walking off on his own power there, so that's always good to see. We don't need to see anybody get hurt in an important game like this.
In the both series, right, to open up this third quarter, both offenses stand true to who they were in the first half, right? You saw a lot of Delaney. You saw a lot of runs from Glacia and Simonson on offense for the Cavaliers. Let's see what the Lynx do here on their second series. They give it to Veshkerna. Veshkerna is going to be met there about a 2-yard gain, and it's going to bring up a second down and 8 from about the 28. And I like that the Lynx are not abandoning, so the run's not really working right now, right, except for Delaney on those little pitches on the end around, right? But you got to stay true to who you are, right? You got to attempt to run the ball and kind of break that defense up a little bit and make them respect it, because they are playing man-to-man still on the outside there, as you can see to the left of your screen. Knutson, Veshkerna, lead block from Timmer and Parliament, the guard, number 64. It's going to be a gain of about 4 yards. It's going to bring up a second down in about 2.
Third down.
Third down.
I like second down better.
Wow, that's the second time I've done that.
I like second down better, but I think they're going to make him.
I've done this.
Yeah, they're going to make him play third down here.
Third down and 2 from the 34. 2:55 to go, third quarter. Painting the picture for you, it's a one-score game. You can see on the bottom of your screen, 28-21. Both teams with 3 timeouts, respectively. Knutson gives it to Delaney. Delaney's going to gain the first down. That's the most important part. A little bit more. Brings up a first down, moves the chains for the Lynx. As the Lynx are going to take their time. They're in no hurry, right? They're up, right? So you can play that clock a little bit too, right? Don't get in too much of a hurry here. Be calm. We talked about that in the first half. Be calm in what you're doing. Let the explosion happen, right? The explosive plays happen. We saw that on the last series from Delaney on that end around. As Knutson out of the pistol formation, he's got Timmer right to his left along with Veshkerna. There's a run by Veshkerna, and he's going to be tripped up at about a 2-yard gain. As Delaney was on the sideline there, so they had Melcher out there. Now Scott's going to come into the ball game for Veshkerna. And also Welch, no, he's going to go back out to the field. No, that's going to be number 7 for the Lynx.
Mason Veld.
Mason Veld, the tight end for the Lynx, is into the ball game. Second down and 8. Knutson. Veld in the backfield with Scott and Timmer. And there's going to be they're going to say a 1-yard gain on there. So it's going to bring up a third down and 7 from the 40.
There was some miscommunications on what they really wanted to play. The quarterback spun one direction and had to go all the way around to hand it off, and that really kind of disrupted the flow of the play.
3rd down and 7 from the 40. Like that, I got that right. Under 50 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Lynx up by 1 score. Knutson, Timmer, and Scott with him. Play action. They go up top, and it is incomplete as Melcher cannot find the pass. First punt for the Lynx is about to happen as the punting team comes onto the field, and that's going to be Scott back deep to punt, as that's an incomplete pass. Now field position is going to become a big part in this ball game, and I like the decision by the coaching staff to punt here. Let's put that defense back on the field as Scott's back deep. 6 seconds to go on the play clock. They get it off, and there's the punt. It's going to be a kick all the way down and a friendly bounce. And the Cavalier player, I believe it's going to be
Damaris Field was on the return, number 13.
From the 25-yard line, gains about 2 yards. And the Lynx punt coverage team was right there to meet him. As the Lynx defense coming to the field and the Cavaliers offense coming onto the field for their second possession of this 3rd quarter. As it's going to be 1st down and 10 from the 27. Lynx need to try to find a way to stop the Cavaliers' running game.
Simonson's on this side, Ken.
Simonson with Glacia. They give it to Simonson, and he cuts it to the outside, and it's going to be a 1st down. We'll see what they call here. I believe he was taken out just short, not just short, actually about 3 to 4 yards short. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 3, so a gain of 7 for the Cavaliers as he is pushed out of bounds right there. 2nd down and 3 from the 34. 2 receivers to Swenson's left, 1 to his right. He's got Glacia along with Simonson in the backfield. They motion their tight end to the formation. They give it to their running back. He's not going to gain the 1st down. He does gain the 1st down
on the carry.
That's going to be Glacia.
But they're just running him right up the middle and doing zone blocking, Ken. We got to figure out a way to stop and slow down some of that, because if they do it, they're fast enough to get around the edge. So it's kind of a double-edged sword there.
One thing you almost do in this type of offense, and why you can't stop the run. You don't. So you're not going to put your. Let me put my defensive hat on here. So, and I'm not going to draw it up for you, Bob. I'm just going to give you the picture. Okay.
You don't have one of those telestrators, Ken?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
Okay.
It's been almost 7 years. I haven't got a telestrator yet. So what you have is So they use that fullback, right, to block the backside. He's blocking the backside of that defensive tackle shooting the gap, right? Well, how do you explode that, right, and make him irrelevant? You actually, so in their defense, the Lynx defense, they got the defensive tackle right in the middle, right, and the defensive ends play kind of in the gap, the kind of C gap between the guard and the tackle, right? Well, you almost bottle the middle up. So now you shift the defensive ends over the guards, straight over the guards, and don't let them get push. Because that's truly where the push is coming from, is those 2 guards. We'll see what the adjustments, and they have done that. Now Williams and Gray, the outside linebackers, become a 5-2 defense. We'll see if it stops it. It does not, and that's going to be Glacia again with the 1st down. So you almost, Bob, that's a 1st down as Cavaliers cross the 50. You almost have to play offensive defense, okay? So you almost have to grab the guards and don't let them get any push. Kind of like an offensive lineman, you become an offensive defense, right? And you start actually not allowing them to move. Because you see that guard on that run just pulled from, I don't know if you can see that on your screen, from right to left, okay? How do you stop that? Don't allow him to pull. Or if you can't do that, you start shooting those gaps and you start taking chances, right?
Yeah. But how much chances do you take when you're up by a score? That's the question.
Yeah, and you got to find a recipe to stop it.
No, I get you.
You got to start taking chances where you can, and almost kind of making those guards irrelevant. 2nd and 8, Swenson, Simonson, and right there they bottle him up for a loss of 1. 3rd down now.
Makai Zocker on that tackle. Looks like we've got an offensive lineman that's slow to get up here, number 71 for Jefferson.
So their guards are liking to pull a lot, okay?
Yeah. Victor Hernandez is kind of a little bit slower to get up.
And you have to start, I'm going to keep on preaching it, you have to start eating those guards up. Do not allow them to get space and pull.
You got to watch the running back out of the backfield on this.
3rd down and 9. Crowds to its feet for your Lynx as Simonson moves to the other side. It's going to be a pass. It's going to be a timeout. Cavaliers.
I don't think that they got lined up the way they were really wanting it to execute the play that they were looking for, and that's probably not the worst timeout to call at this juncture of the game because it's the big one.
Absolutely. Let's go over the Lynx TV sponsors while we have a chance because we are already into the 4th quarter.
All right, the All-American sponsors are Sioux Valley Energy, Sanford Health, Midco Communications, Coca-Cola Bottling Chesterman Company, Aspen Ridge, and Alliance Communications. Our MVP sponsors are Sanford Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Sanford Health Brandon, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, and First Dakota National Bank. And our champion sponsors are Today's Family Dentistry, Sunshine Food Store, Sioux Falls Specialty Hospital, Quick Star, Horizon Pet Care, Heartland Funeral Home, Brandon Lumber Company, Brandon Ace Hardware, American Family Insurance, Josh Koob Agency, and Alliance Communication. Thank you, sponsors, for doing what you do for us.
Absolutely. As thanking those sponsors, and how you do that is you go and support those sponsors. Thank you all, sponsors. I haven't been able to read the sponsors this year. Maybe I'll do that here sometime in the 4th quarter, but now we're back to the game. As Swenson, 3rd and 9 for the Cavaliers, moving left to right on your screen, Lynx up by 7. He has Simonson with him in the backfield. He's going to motion his receiver, Detler, left to right. Now they're going to audible as 8 seconds on the play clock. It's now at 5. They're going to have to hurry to get this play off. It's now down to 1. They do get it off. Low snap. Blitz by the Lynx.
What a stick by number 21 of Brandon, Chase Leary.
Yeah, Leary with a big stick. As that he was wide open over the middle, but it was a great hit by Leary. Punting team comes on.
I don't think the quarterback wanted to come off the field too bad, Ken, with less than 10 minutes to go and on the Brandon side of the 50. But be careful what we do back here. Be careful of a trick play right here.
As Pudwell's back deep, we saw the last time that the Cavaliers punted, Pudwell brought it all the way up to the 50. Let's see what he can do here. The punt's up. And I believe they're going to let that go, as it's going to dribble all the way down to about the 11-yard line. And so now the field position becomes a big deal in this ball game. It already has been, but it elevates a little bit, right? Both teams now punting. They're not going for it on 4th down. They're not being ultra aggressive, right? And they're trying to play that chess match right now, is how do we flip the field position? Cavaliers have just flipped it a little bit, as the Lynx are going to start with their worst field position of this ball game. At the 11, moving right to left, that's going to be Knutson. He motions Timmer. He's got Veskerna with him. Veskerna is going to cut it back on the carry, and it's going to be a gain of about 2, maybe 3 yards. I believe it's going to be 2 yards. We'll see what they mark it at.
But you still got to, like I said, you got to maintain that running game so that they can't just concentrate on the pass.
And one thing that running game does, right? The Cavaliers have already used 1 timeout. They have 2 timeouts remaining. Lynx have 3, right? The clock is going to play into these possessions here now as we're boiling down to 9:10 to go in this ball game. Lynx are up. The clock's in their favor. Now, and it is incomplete as the pass was intended for Delaney. Great play by number 14 for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, he closed on that out route pretty fast.
And
You know what I'd like to see, Ken, is a quick stutter step, a pump fake, and Delaney's going to be open because there's nobody behind him to help with
still
coverage.
man-to-man coverage on both Melcher and Delaney. Knutson, 3rd down and 7 from the 14. He's dropping back, and it is overthrown to the tight end. I believe he really didn't know if he was going to go to Delaney or Welch. Welch was covered also. So now the field position has really flipped, right? You can see number 13 for the Cavaliers on the field right now. That's Fields. He's standing about in the middle of your screen there, about the 43-ish yard line. Scott is at his 1, and he's going to punt from there. There is a very good kick. It's going to go right to Fields. Fields breaks a tackle. He's going to cut it up to about the 35. Great field position by the Cavaliers. It puts the defense in a tricky situation here with 8:52 to go. I don't believe that the Cavaliers are going to put it to the air. They're going to still try to run the ball. So what do you do defensively, Bob? To me, as you're gonna see the defense, I would say force them to throw. It's at that point of the ball game is that you got to take away their number 1 weapon right now, and their number 1 weapon is running the ball. You got to creep to that line of scrimmage, and you got to make sure it is shut down. Swenson, 1st down, play action. And it is incomplete to number 18, Cisco. And you can see Carroll, the corner, is limping in the back on the right side of your screen, the corner.
But there was 4 defenders there on that one guy that was out on the route.
And so if they want to get out of their ball game, we'll let them. But we need to stop the run. So that's what you see from the Lynx right now. They have 4 down, or actually linemen, and that's Gray that's creeping up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down. And he is stuffed. That's going to be Simonson in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of about 3 yards. As it is working now, you can see that those guards, Bob, are not able to get out in space. They're not able to get out there. The Lynx are really – so how you suffocate a backfield is you kind of you suffocate them from outside to in. And that's what they're doing. But you also have to clog that middle. And we'll
watch
see
number
where
10 on
right
the far side. He's their one receiver that's been catching the balls this year.
3rd and 12. Swenson over the middle. And it is
flag on the play from the far side judge.
Complete. As Swift, number 10, the middle linebacker, was there on the coverage on the tight end, Whitting. And Coach Christensen wants an explanation from the side judge. I think they're going to call interference. We'll see if it gives them a first down. I don't think it's going to give them a first down. It does not.
Automatic first down,
It's
though.
going to, yeah. It's actually a pass interference. So it's going to be an automatic first down. It goes beyond the chains also. It's going to bring it down to about the 22-yard line. That's a big play. As it was really tight coverage.
He must have had his hands wrapped around the backside where we couldn't see, because he definitely blocked it with his free front arm.
1st and 10 from there. The Cavaliers on offense. He has 2 running backs, the same running backs he's had all game with him. He's going to motion that Swenson, motioning his tight end that he looked for. And there is pass interference on Pudwell.
So now all of a sudden they're calling it tight. So as long as they do that the rest of the game, I got no problem with that.
So so in high school, okay, you can hand gesture all day, okay, down the field. I don't believe the ball was in the air while Pudwell was actually covering him really tight, right? I mean, he's all over him. But that is their decision, the refs, and we'll go with it. First and 10.
Got to watch number 10 down here, Detler. He's on a single coverage.
1st and 10 from the 13, a tick under 8 minutes. They're going to go to their running back, and that's going to be, I believe, Simonson on the carry of a gain about 3. 7:45 to go. Remember, the Lynx are up 28-21. 7:35 to go in this one.
Simonson in the backfield behind Swenson.
2 tight end formation as Whitting goes to the line of scrimmage. That's going to be Simonson. He breaks it to the outside, a gain of about 1, maybe 2 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd down from about the 8, maybe 9-yard line.
Looks like Pudwell on the tackle.
As 3rd down and 6 from the 9-yard line, under 7 minutes to go. You really have to watch that tight end, Bob, right here. I really believe that is that they're going to try to use him in the red zone, and they're putting him at the line of scrimmage, I believe. Again, we'll see if they motion him to the backfield. If they don't, watch out. And they're not going to. He's at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a run by Simonson. He's going to gain the 1st down.
Ooh, I don't know.
Are they going to call it short? It's going to be 4th down. It's going to be 4th down and about 1. And this is the biggest play of the ball game right here. Lynx hold. They have all the momentum. We have to. They're going to try to get to the wide. They've been running a ton to the wide side of the field, Bob. You got to think they're going to come and run to the right of their formation. They love to run to the wide side. You almost have to really suffocate that wide side and collapse it in. They go up the middle, and he is stuffed.
Oh, I think they may have gave it to him.
They are going to give it to him.
He was signaling move the change before they even got the ball stopped.
It's going to be a 1st and goal from right there as the Cavaliers ball on the 3. 1st and goal from the 3. As Lynx trying to hold inside the red zone. Swenson. Garcia in the backfield, and he is met, and they're going to call it. No, he's going to be just short. About at the half-yard line. It's going to bring a 2nd down and 1 from right there. As 2nd and goal from the 1. We're going to bring that clock past 5 minutes to go. Play clock is at 15 seconds.
Simonson in the backfield. Simonson.
tight formation for Swenson out of the pistol. They give it to Simonson, and he is met, and he
ball's loose! Whoa, whoa, whoa. The ball was loose. There's no way that ball was counted down when it was out. He wasn't even stopped moving.
We could see it from here. They're going to say that he was down, but it's going to be a loss of about 1 yard. Third down and 2. Third down and goal from the 2. As Bob got a little excited.
I
like it.
I will have to respectfully disagree with the official.
There's a timeout by the Cavaliers. They're going to call their second timeout. They're going to have 1 timeout remaining. It is third and goal from the 2-yard line. So timeouts, you always want those in your back pocket, right? Especially on a tight game here. Now, here if the Cavaliers get in, right? Do they go for the win?
Well, they can't go for the win because they got to get the ball back.
What I mean is,
2
do
point?
they go for the win and go up 1? You're on the road and that's.
I don't know. We'll see. But you're also risking a loss there, and you're not moving the ball a ton.
You are
on a running deal. So
you are. It's
now,
how much you trust that defense.
Conventional wisdom would say if you're on the road, you go for the win. But like I said, this is a big crucial game. We'll see how much Jefferson trusts their defense, who's given up 28 points tonight.
So they are going to have the 1 running back in the backfield now, as 2 wide receivers are going to be tight to the formation.
Simonson next to Swenson.
Watch the quarterback keeper here going to the wide side. Third down and goal from the 2. They give it to Simonson. He finds the end zone. This is where we're at. It is 28-27. Now, the extra point team is on the field. So we're going to, unless they fake it, we're going to take that out of the equation. They go on to try to tie this ball game. We have 4:06 to go as Simonson finds the end zone up the middle. And they are that's going to be Amon on to try to tie this ball game. It's up. It's good. So now it is 28-28. Lynx, here's a good thing right now, okay, is they have 3 timeouts. There's 4:06 to go. Inside that huddle, and you still see the calmness, right, on the sideline, right? Look at both sidelines, and let's talk about calmness, right? No heads are down. We're going to go play ball, right? Because stay true to who you are, though. Okay, we've kind of put the ball in the air a little bit, right?
Yep.
There's been some incompletions, right? We try to exploit the middle of the field, right? That's where we've been trying to go to in that early in the fourth quarter and the third quarter. You almost have to go back to put your receivers tight to the formation again and work the outside to the from the inside out to the hashes. Okay, that's where we've gained big yards, right? Yeah. Let's see if Coach Zer goes back to that. As you can see now, Delaney's back on the kickoff return along with Pudwell out there, respectively, at about the 11-yard line.
Watch the scrib kick or watch the pooch kick, because right now they got to think that the Lynx are on their heels a little bit.
Pudwell takes it at the 10. We know he has speed. Does he cut it up? He does, and he goes right up to about the 30-yard line. That's where the Lynx are going to start this possession, their biggest possession of the ball game. In this 11 AAA matchup in the semifinals in the state of South Dakota, Lynx put on a good drive here. They can win the ball game.
They can. Out at Howard Wood right now, Sioux Falls Lincoln is still up on Harrisburg 20-14 with about 7 minutes to go in the third.
as Knutson. They're going to give it to Delaney again on that end around. He's going to come up, and the Cavaliers are right there to meet him. Okay, so they're taking that away, right? Now, to the Lynx offensive staff. Okay, so the wide side of the field is to the top of your screen, right? Delaney or Melcher, whoever's on the field on that wide side, you almost bring them tight to the formation. Okay, you got to try to play that. Let's see if they motion their receiver now. They're going to keep them to the left. They're going to go Delaney quick, and he's going to go out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. It's going to bring up a third down now in about 7. Third down and 7 from the, or they're going to say third down and 6 from the 35. 3:15 to go. Clock is stopped as Delaney went out of bounds. If they're going to play man-to-man coverage on that opposite side, on the wide side, and that's what they're doing here. You see it, Bob?
Yep.
They are putting Delaney tight to the formation, and I believe they're probably bring him. No, they're going to try to set up a screen, and it's not there. The Cavaliers seen it. And it's going to be a turnover on downs as Scott's going to come out to the field, and he's going to be in punting formation. 3:10 to go. The best defense in the state is got to come up big here. It's got to be a big defensive stand, Bob.
We got to have some good coverage here and get them pinned back a little bit and see what the defense can do. I think they can hold them. Oh, no. Oh, punched over Scott's head.
He's got time. Let's just get it away. Okay. All right. Great field position for Jefferson here. All right. You got to hold. How good, if we keep him out of the end zone, how good is Amin at kicking for a field goal? Defensively, you got to play ball here. They are not going to go away from the run. They are going to try to drain that clock and make the Lynx use timeouts here. Crowds coming to their feet. The biggest defensive stand needs to happen here out of the whole season. And we're here to bring it to you. Swenson. 2 running backs with him. That's going to be Simonson. That's going to be a gain of 1. It's going to be a 2nd down and 1 from about the 33. Lynx are deciding not to use their timeouts. Let's see what they do here. As the clock is diving down to about 2:30. Cavaliers are taking their time. 14 seconds on the play clock now. We're down to about 10. Glasian, Simonson with Swenson. Same formation.
Quarterback sneak.
And it works to a big advantage for the Cavaliers. We talked about it, Bob. They're going to do it, right? They're going to get that flow of the defense. You got to have a backside waiting for it, and it wasn't there for the Lynx. It's going to be a timeout for the Lynx, I believe. And they're going to take their first timeout of this second half. So 2:04 to be put back on the clock, as now we are at the 2:04 mark. And paint the picture, Bob, a little bit here. So we talked about that quarterback keeper. They're going to try to do that, right? Well, one thing you want to do defensively is you want to stop. You have 2 timeouts remaining, so you can stop the clock, but you got to give a little bit. If the Cavaliers do get in the end zone with time, you got to give your offense a little time too, right?
Yep.
Because you got to counter, and the play clock is going to play a big portion of that. They're not going to. If they throw the ball here and give the Lynx an extra timeout with an incompletion, well, that's a coaching decision that I wouldn't make. So you got to expect the run.
Simonson in the backfield.
Simonson with Swenson. 1st and 10. There's the run by Simonson. Let's see if the Lynx call a timeout. They're going to. So at 1:55 on the big clock, we have a Cavalier down.
Might be number 2, the running back.
So do they
Oh,
give?
looks like he's just got a cramp. So
Do they give the Lynx the timeout back? Because that's an injury timeout. That if I'm Coach Christensen, I ask, are we able to get that timeout back here? Because you had a player down.
That's a good question for the coach to ask.
You want to go ask Coach Christensen quick?
Yeah, let me run down there real quick, okay?
All right. All right. So that's if you're the reffing crew, do you give him back that timeout?
I don't know. They're talking about something there.
They are not going to give it back to them. $1:55 to go. I'm losing my voice, and that's okay. It's been exciting, Bob.
It has been exciting.
2nd and goal from the 6. 1:55 to go. Lynx have 1 timeout remaining. So it's going to be the 6, maybe 7-yard line. That's where they're going to mark it. Watch
Glacia in the backfield.
the run. It's going to come to the backside. They love to run to the backside. They open that up with the tight end in the motion there. We'll see if they do it. And it's going to be a botch snap. Glacia is going to try to push the pile, and
Right
it's
to the
gonna
middle of
be
the field.
3rd down in about 4, or excuse me, goal from about the 4-ish, maybe 3-ish. Interesting player here, Bob. So you're not going to stop the clock, right, if they don't get in the end zone. It's going to, remember, there's a 25-second. So let's look at the play clock, too, okay? So at 150, we're sitting at 150. Play's going to take about 5 seconds-ish before they reset the play clock, okay? Lynx stop them. They're going to go for it on 4th down, okay? If it's an extra point or whatever it is. You only have 25 seconds to make that decision, right? They'll probably call a timeout. That's my guess, right?
Yep.
If the Cavaliers don't get it. So you're going to call a timeout about, let me do this math, about 1:20 to go on the clock, right? If the Lynx hold them.
Simonson's back in the game, number 2.
If they hold them, so you got about 1:20 to go, right? They'll take, so about 56 seconds before they play the 4th down, they got to stop them here on 3rd down first. 3rd and goal from the 4, 150. Swenson, low snap. He is down right there. So
Now we've got about a minute. It'll be about a minute and 3 seconds to go if the play clock goes onto the regular clock.
So that played, I said at 55 seconds, so that actually played really good into the Lynx' hands, right?
Well, the clock wasn't running, so there's that.
Yeah, that's true. So one thing, let's see on 4th down.
So do you trust your kicker,
They're
or do you
gonna
try for the
They're
touchdown?
going to call a timeout with 1 second to go. So that's going to put them
At
at
about 106.
106, timeout. So the Lynx Interesting call here. Very interesting. Do you trust your kicker? Because that's a long ways to go.
And they don't have any timeouts now. They're done.
Right. That is a long ways to go to find the end zone, right?
So there's a 9, so it'd be 19. It would be 26-yarder from right there. That's no longer an extra point. That's 5 yards, at least 5 yards for it. Doesn't seem like much, but it depends upon how good you are outside of your extra points. And do they trust that person outside of the extra point?
It doesn't look like they're going to bring the kicking team on. I think they're going to go for it. So,
but they got to get a touchdown.
Right.
So running deals maybe not necessarily out of the question, but they're probably going to go with a pass of some sort. Look for number 8, Whiting, and number 10, Detler, if they're going to run a pass play here.
What a semifinal we have on this Friday evening in the
the kicker's out there, but are they
AAA?
So the kicker's out there.
All right, here we go. They have Delaney also. He's going to try to block it from the wide side. You can see him way out at the hash. We'll see what we have. Kick is up. It's good. 1:04 to go. Cavaliers take the lead on that field goal by Amon. Now, that's out of the equation, right?
Yep, that's
1:04 to go.
So now we got to get. Hopefully, we can get a good kickback. So, Ken, in high school, and you'll have to correct me if I do this, can you call for a fair catch on a kind of a squib kick and just take the ball where it's at?
Absolutely.
Without running any time off the clock?
Absolutely. But you want field position here, Bob.
I get that. But if they're kicking it to the up guys and we can get it right there without any time on the clock, do you potentially gain just 5 yards and take the extra time off the clock, or do you take it, say, at the 35 with no time moving off the clock?
Here's what I do. I mess with their mind a little bit. I start Delaney and Pudwell right there, and I actually, when they're up to their formation in their back, because the kicker just looked to see if Delaney and Pudwell were back there, I flip them. I flip them quick, and I put them up. As the kicker's on for, and what I mean is they just exchange, and you can see that Delaney's creeping up, and it is a squib kick.
Ooh, get the ball, just down it.
Okay, we're right there, 1:01 to go. So at about the 31-yard line, that's where the Lynx are going to start on offense. You are about to see the biggest offensive series for your Lynx offense this whole year. It's got to happen right here. Delaney's in the slot. They do have a safety over the top of him. Spread formation. Knutsen's got time. There's a completed pass, and the best thing is as Melcher got out of bounds, and that's going to be a gain of about 8 yards. Yep. Second down and 2 from about right at the 40-yard line. No hurry. The clock is stopped. You don't have to get in a rush here for the Lynx. They're going to go to Scott right away. Scott does not get out of bounds.
Get out of bounds.
He does get out of bounds. Do they stop it there? Good move by Scott. He crosses the 50. Are they going to mark it right at the 50? They are. That moves the chains first down. It would have stopped the clock anyways with the move of chains here. As they wind the clock, 45 seconds to go. There's Knutsen. Don't force the ball.
Run out of bounds. Run out of bounds.
There you go.
Ooh,
and that's a late hit. They don't call it, as it's going to bring up a second down at about the 41, 37 seconds to go. Does Mitzel have the leg also to tie the game if the Lynx cannot find the end zone? As it's going to be Knutsen, and he's got an empty package, 2 receivers to his left and 2 to his right. He goes up top. It's caught.
Ooh, I don't know. What are they going to call it?
It's
Interception?
incomplete.
Oh, okay. Intercept. Okay.
Incomplete. 33 seconds to go. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Third down and 1 from the 41. 33 seconds to go. As you are all on your feet at home also, or wherever you're at. Knutson, quarterback keeper. He's got to get that first down, and he does. 28 seconds to go. That stops the clock, gets out of bounds. 28 seconds on the clock. Everything's got to be pushed out to the outside hashes unless you have a wide open receiver down the middle of the field. That's the only time you put it to the middle of the field. Snap. Delaney. Cut it up. There you go. Get out of bounds. 23 seconds. Is that a first down? We'll see where they mark it. It is not. It's going to be just short at about the 32.
Gain of 8.
23 seconds to go. You have time. Take your time.
At Howard Wood, Sioux Falls Lincoln beat Harrisburg 20-14. It's a final.
Play clock is at 14. Scott with the motion, trying to pull everybody that way. They're going to go up top. That's going to be interference. They do not call it. On the opposite side of the field, we'll keep it there. Okay. All right. 3rd down and 2, 19. You got to live to play the next play. As you could see, Timmer was wide open over the middle of the field, but they're a little bit hesitant to go over the middle of the field, right?
Because you got no timeouts to stop the clock.
Scott again in motion. Knutson's going to run.
Run.
Got to get out of bounds, save the clock. All right. First down. 14 seconds to go. Is Mitzel warming up? He is on the field.
He is not
so
warming
he
up.
is warming up.
He should be plenty warm at this point in time.
Right. Empty formation now for Knutson. He's got 2 receivers to his right and left, along with Timmer in there to help block. That's going to be
No, he caught it, but he went out of bounds. We used 4 seconds.
Okay.
He ran underneath it and caught it and got out of bounds.
10 seconds. You have 1 play to get out of bounds again to set up, if you don't find the end zone, to set up your field goal team. 10 seconds. No timeouts. Play clock is at 14. Scott. Motion left, under 10 seconds. They're going up top. Big catch, no.
Nope.
Incomplete. 6 seconds. What do we do here? Can you get out of bounds quick?
The defensive back for Jefferson is laying down. They're taking a look at him. I can't see the number at this point in time.
Do you have the leg from right here? Give me the yards, Bob, on the field goal from right here.
19, 29, 36. I say no.
So you use the wide side. You go to Delaney quick, right, out of the slot, and you try to gain 6 to 7 yards here and make it a little bit more manageable, right, if he can get out of bounds quick.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a quick deal.
Boom, boom.
And yeah.
It's got to be boom, boom right now. It's got to be. Kicking team has come onto the field. We have a field goal attempt from, what'd you say, 36?
It'd be on the 19, 29, 36.
They have faith that Mitzel, that in midseason became the field goal kicker He is sitting at about the 26. It is up. It is good! He ties the game with 1 second to go as it was a line drive kick. Tie ball game, 31-31.
That was a gutsy call, Ken, but you know what? For a guy, the coach, he's probably rallying the coach down there saying, I can make this. I can make this, coach. Give me a shot to help us win this game.
Wow, what a kick. As you knew it had distance, was it going to go over the bottom pole
crossbar
of the crossbar? It is good. Boy, what a game. Both teams exchanging in the last 3 minutes of this fourth quarter field goals.
Okay. You do what you need to do to advance the game, right, Ken?
This semifinal game is living up to the expectation as the number 4 seed comes in on this semifinal game in 11 AAA. That's the Cavaliers. It is 31-31 here in Brandon, South Dakota. If you're just tuning in, the final score from Howard Wood. Give us the final score, Bob.
20-14, Sioux Falls Lincoln over Harrisburg.
As Lincoln punches their ticket, and there's the squib kick by Scott. And that's where we're going to end regulation. We're going to go into overtime in this semifinal game. As Bob just said, Lincoln punched their ticket on that side of the bracket to the championship game. We have overtime here in Brandon, 31-31, Lynx and the Cavaliers.
Now, Ken, I'm not real familiar because I've never called an overtime game on Lynx TV here. What's the overtime rules here? Didn't mean to put you on the spot, but
I don't know.
I'm not 100% certain how
It's been a long time. I know I've called one, but it's been a long, long time. We'll let the White Hat, so they're going to give them 3 minutes on the clock.
Well, probably be a break. Yep. So they're probably going to come out. They're going to do a coin flip to see who gets the ball, but I don't know if they start at the 5 to the 25 and go down there and each team gets a chance to have the ball or what. So I guess we shall see, Ken. We'll be learning something because I've been, I think, doing this with you. This might be my 4th season, and I've never called one.
So I can't remember calling one, but we got the first thing right. They gave them 3 minutes, a 3-minute break, right?
Yep.
We got that right.
Yeah. I'm only speculating here because these guys are over here on the sidelines, and they're still on the sidelines over here, and the clock's going, and the officials are trying to figure out which burger place that they're going to after the game. But I'm sure they'll explain to us what the overtime rules are.
I hope so. As what a ball game we have here in Brandon, as this side of the bracket, like we talked about just a little bit ago, as the Lincoln Patriots, they punched their ticket into the state final game in 11 AAA earlier at Howard Wood Field. This evening here in Brandon on this side of the bracket, it's been a nail-biter, and we have overtime 31-31. The 1 and 4 seed, the seeds go out the door, right? They are completely out the door.
Because you just got to play the game.
You got to play to win in overtime now. Painting the picture in the last 3 to 4 minutes of the end of the fourth quarter, the Cavaliers drove the ball down to about the 9-yard line, right? Became 4th down. Their kicker, Amon, up, good. The Lynx get the ball with about 56 seconds to go off the kickoff, the pooch kick from the Cavaliers. The Lynx drive the ball down with a lot of Knutson running and a couple good throws to get his receivers out of bounds. They drive it all the way down to about the 26-yard line.
Down to the 19
Down to the 19
to set up a 26-yard field goal.
to set up the 26-yard field goal, and Mitzel connects. We're going to get an explanation, I think, Bob.
So they must each get the ball.
Yep, they
They each
get
get
the
an
ball.
opportunity, and they
Yep.
want to say, I want to stop the other team first. See if I can stop the other team first. Then the other team gets a chance to decide which end of the field they want to go.
And there's no kickoff. There, or is there?
It does not look so.
So the teams are going to start offensive possessions, and we'll see where they start them from. It's probably going to be at about the 20 or 10-yard line. 10-yard line is where the offenses start for each team. They'll each get a chance to end this ball game.
But no,
Lynx-
it's not an automatic end, though. They're just playing defense first. So if they score a touchdown and get an extra point, Brandon gets a chance to score a touchdown
Right.
and get an extra point.
Absolutely, and so
And there's no time on this. There's no.
right.
They might have a shot clock, a play clock that they have to abide by, but there's no time on the clock. So it is just straight offensive versus defensive.
And we're here for it, overtime in this semifinal in Brandon, South Dakota.
Simonson's on this side, Ken.
Moves his tight end tight to the formation. Lead blocking.
Garcia.
Lynx defense is there, stopping the running back number 22.
Parliament is on the bottom of the stack there, so he gets the credit for that one, Ken.
Garcia with no gain, second down and goal from the 10. Lynx
Well,
defense trying to come up big here. You got to also watch the quarterback.
You got to put a
keeper.
spy on the backside of the quarterback
Absolutely. We were both thinking the same thing. Same
because
same wavelength.
that has killed the Lynx tonight.
Three receivers to Swenson's left. Everybody on their feet in the stands. Simonson in the backfield. Swenson rolls left. Heavy pressure, comes back right. Finds his receiver. No, it is incomplete. Great coverage by number 20 for the Lynx. Or no, excuse me, 29. That's going to be Jelima from the safety position.
I was waiting for them to throw the flag, but you know what, Ken? They did not call any of those coming down this way, so it's only fair that they are calling it in the same equity for both teams.
You called it in the fourth quarter, early in the fourth quarter, or actually midway through. They're letting them play. Let's see what happens. Swenson, three receivers to his left. He has Simonson with him. Watch the tight end coming across the formation. They do go to him. Almost intercepted.
He was a little
As
behind.
The tight end was coming across the formation. The Lynx were there for it.
Yep, he threw it behind him. It could have very easily been tipped and intercepted there, but so all right.
Field goal team comes on again for the
10, so it'd be 10, 20,
Cavaliers.
27.
Amon on to kick. 27-yard field goal attempt. It's been an all field goal attempt in the last 5 minutes of this ball game. It's up. It looks good. It is good. As the Cavaliers take the lead 34-31. Now the Lynx are they're going to come onto the field offensively. They will stay on the same side. They will start at the 10-yard line. They're going to have 4 downs to get points on the board.
So, yeah, basically got 4 downs unless you've got a defensive penalty, which gives you an automatic first down. We'll see what the Lynx can do.
I'm going to say it, but I'm not going to say it.
No, you're not going to say that.
Okay. All right. First down and 10. 34-31. Cavaliers grab a field goal on their first attempt in overtime. They're up 34-31. Lynx with their 4 downs start right now. Knutson, Timmer, Veskerna. Veskerna breaks it open. He follows Timmer. It's going to be second and goal from the 1. Almost the biggest run of the ball game. They're going to hurry up. They want to find the end zone and end this one and punch their ticket as Veskerna direct snap. And they do! The Lynx are going to the state championship game as they find the end zone off the run from Veskerna. It's 37-34, fireworks going off. That does it. Lynx Patriots 11 AAA championship game. What a ball game, Bob.
What a game. It's kind of funny, Ken. They haven't really had a running game all night. And what wins it for them? 2 runs that they're used to getting in big chunks throughout the game that they haven't got. And they had an excellent run by Veskerna to get down to the 1, and then they just used the power to get there. But that is a team finding a way to win. Mr. Mitzel, who gets the credit for my player of the game, because not only is he on the offensive line and doing that work all night long, but he's only been the kicker for this is his 3rd game. But he's made every single extra point, and I think he might have made his first high school field goal right there to tie this game up with a second to go.
Clutch, and not shivering under pressure. It's cold out, and we talked about him warming up, and then we decided, well, yeah, he's at center right now, and he should be warm, right? And that does it. What a ball game in overtime. Lynx go back to what they're really good at, running the ball.
Running the ball.
And
they haven't really had it all night. You got to give full credit for Jefferson for finding a way. You had mentioned it earlier, Ken. If you're a defensive coach, you got to take what the other team's best at and take it away from them. And guess what? They did do that for all but that 1 second in overtime there, where they gave up a 9-yard run and then a 1-yard run to seal this game.
What a ball game. Your Lynx punch their ticket to the 11 AAA championship game, and they will face the Patriots from Sioux Falls, the Lincoln Patriots, as they were victorious at Howard Wood Field. What a ball game, Bob. What do you say? I mean, you go into overtime. The Cavaliers connect on their 2nd consecutive field goal by Amon. And the Lynx from the 10-yard line and their overtime run right behind Timmer. That was Veskerna. And brought down at the 1-yard line. And then they went right to the same exact play. Actually, it wasn't the same exact play because it was actually direct snap to Veskerna that they love to do.
But Timmer went right into the hole,
right,
and hit whoever was covering that hole. He knocked him backwards because that's what allowed him to get across the line.
And touchdown, and the Lynx punched their ticket into the 11 AAA championship game. In 2024, Bob, do we have a time and a date for that championship game?
I do not. Typically, it's been on Saturday night, which is always the big school. Typically, it's at 7 p.m. down at the Dome. I got to assume, but look online. They'll have more information if it's outside of those. But for the last 7-8 years, that's what it's been. And typically, they have a Yotes game, which would be a home game prior to that. That's why it's typically at 7 o'clock. So anyway, watch online to get the times, but they will be playing Sioux Falls Lincoln for the championship in Class AAA here in the state of South Dakota. But just a couple of other scores. Up in 11 AA, Watertown is up 20-0 over Brookings with about a minute to go in the 3rd. And Yankton, which is the number 1 seed, is up on Pierre 9-7 with about 10 minutes to go in the 4th. In Class 11A, we've got Lennox over Del Rapids. Lennox a 3 seed, Del Rapids a 2 seed. Lennox up 3 touchdowns, 21-0 at the start of the 4th. And in the other half of that, Sioux Falls Christian is up over West Central, 28-0 with about 11 minutes to go in the 4th. But A great night of football. You couldn't have asked for any better weather. The crowd got to watch a great game. Jefferson put together a heck of a game plan by scoring 31 points against a team that was only allowing less than 5 points a game, Ken. So you can't fault what they put together on the offensive side of this game. But the Lynx down here in overtime got a couple of key stops on first and goal and second and goal to force them into attempting the field goal. And you got to give them some credit on that. So,
and
good,
it's
good
all
job,
those,
Lynx.
and it's and you could even feel it in the stands, right? Nobody was real super nervous, right? They kind of knew that they were going to go and grab this win, right? We some way they were going to find a way to win, and that's what happened tonight. And that was just staying patient throughout this whole ball game on the roller coaster. And the flip of field position. Field position became a big part of this football game, and what happened at the end was two kickers that really, you know, I don't know how much Amon has really kicked this year with field goal attempts, but you talked about Mitzel attempting we believe his first field goal of his high school career, and he connects. And it was a line drive, but it doesn't matter. It went through.
And it wasn't an extra point, which is at the 3, it'd be 13, it'd be 20. This was another 7 yards back. And you know what? You don't have to get style points. You just have to get the points.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we will see. I think I'm going to make the trip to, they call that the Dome over there, whatever that is.
It would be the best field house, football house in the state of South Dakota?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're good.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to make the trip down there. We will not be bringing that telecast to you as the South Dakota Public Television does that, and they do a really good job, so hats off to them.
And did you know,
wish
Ken,
we could do that.
That broadcast from South Dakota Public Television is put on all by students, volunteer students that do all that, and they do a great job for, I think it's 3, 6, all 7 state championships that are happening this year down at the Dome.
Awesome. So your Lynx, the number 1 seed, they're going to face the number 2 seed, the Patriots from Lincoln High School in the 11 AAA championship, as we had a nail-biter win it overtime, and the Lynx are victorious with a Veskerna's touchdown, 37-34. Well, that's going to have us signing off for this season. It was a pleasure calling the football games with you, Bob, and hopefully all of you enjoyed that, tuned in this season for football. We will be back on Lynx TV for basketball, for boys basketball. Bob and I will be coming back to you live on the home games for the Lynx boys basketball game. So it's been a pleasure, Bob.
Likewise.
And hopefully, like I said, you all enjoyed it. But the most important part tonight is your Lynx punch their ticket into the 11 AAA championship game. And they have a good momentum to capture that championship in 2024. So for Bob Arnold, I am Ken McEwen. We are signing off this evening. And hopefully you enjoyed our telecast this evening as your Lynx are victorious and moving to the championship game, 37-34. Have a great evening.
Good night, everyone.